Let's go. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday. Why has there never been a holiday? Let's go, y'all. They gave that man a holiday. Go, Stevie. For people like me and you, who know the way true is love and unity to all of God's children. Preach. And the whole day should be spent and for remembrance of those who lived and died for the oneness of all people. So let us all begin. We know that love can win. Let it out, don't hold it in. Say it loud as you can. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy Get in here, y'all. Build me an audience. We know the key to unity of all people is in the dream that you had so long ago that lives in all of the hearts of people who believe in unity. Oh man. What is up? What is I'm getting the echo. I'm getting the echo. What is going on? What is going on? All right, let me do this. Hello? Hello? All right, y'all. What's going on? Let's see. Can I share my screen? Give me a second, y'all. Let me set this up. This was a quick show that we decided to throw up. Okay. All right. Boom. So we rolling. All right, y'all. Happy Martin Luther King Day. Do we have an echo or are we good? Because I hear echo. If y'all don't hear no echo, give me a thumbs up. I'm about to send this link to Chief X. Hold on, let me go to the right screen first off. How y'all doing today? Are y'all ready? Are y'all ready for this 30-minute debate between Chief X and yours truly? All right. He sent me a debate. He sent me a challenge and I accepted it. I guess he heard my stance on the Nubians last night. So he called the brother man out and the brother man took the challenge. And I think I'm about to dust Chief X off real good for y'all. Real quick. One time for the one time. All right? All right, y'all. All right, I'm about to send Chief X this link. Let me grab this. Matter of fact, I'm gonna put the link in the chat. Chief X, where you at? You hiding? He is hiding in the chat somewhere, y'all. How's everybody enjoying their Martin Luther King Day? I hope everything is good. You dig what I'm saying? I hope y'all enjoying it with y'all families. I hope everybody is remembering Dr. King because he's definitely worth the nation and the world remembering his contribution that he gave to humanity through his work and his life. Big props to Dr. Martin Luther King. It's snowing here in Baltimore. Snow everywhere, so my girl made chicken noodle soup. My girl made that chicken noodle soup and it's bussin'. It's bussin'. So I said, let me eat before the kids eat. Because for some reason, I don't like eating after the kids eat. After my girl cook, if I'm not the first one to eat, I don't want it. I don't like people over the food.
everything, boom, boom, boom. So they try to make sure I eat first. All right, Chief X, where you at? Chief X hiding, y'all. Oh, there you go. There you go. Chief X is in the building. Chief X is in the building. Chief X, what's up?
What's happening with you? What's happening with you?
Chilling, chilling, chilling.
You got two got two you got Chevron L and a Chevron's iPad up.
Yeah, you about to get banked. It's two of us today. Yeah, you done it. You dig what I'm saying?
um you I'm watching from my tablet and you got us both on the screen or
No, it's just no, not yet. Let me do that now. I hear back. I hear your echo. Let me see.
I hear an echo too.
Is that me or is that you?
You know what? Maybe let me turn my YouTube off. Let me turn my YouTube off.
Right, there you go.
Okay, I think the echo may have went away.
Boom.
Right?
Yeah, I think. Do you still hear it?
I don't.
All right, cool. All right, good afternoon, Mr. Chief X. How you doing today on Martin Luther King Day, big bro?
Okay, I see we're both on the screen now. Cool. Chef,
What's up?
I'm warming up for the
Okay.
champ.
Okay. Yeah, you better.
You calling yourself the champ?
I'm
Let me
the champ.
stretch.
Okay. All right, let them little hands go. I see you.
Wait, first of all, let me say this, Chef.
What's up?
Chevron is the champ, right? I have to admit this. Now, he's my student, and I'm gonna have to spank him today. I gave Chevron the reins and told him to take control, and he's my disobedient student. He's been charged with insubordination, right?
Mm-hmm.
And for the crime of insubordination, like a mama Rottweiler, I have to spank one of my pups.
Okay, okay.
I see you got the pit bull in the background,
Yep.
and I'm a Rottweiler lover.
Okay.
We don't mess with pit bulls.
Okay.
And since you're in a snowy area, this is a death row versus bad boys.
Okay.
The East Coast versus West Coast rivalry in a rap has been revamped today.
Well,
Let me just say this, Chef. You are the champ, Chevron. You know why you're the champ?
Why I'm the champ, bro? Tell me.
You're the champ because I have watched Chevron, whether he knows as much as other people or not, but I've watched Chevron defeat the likes of Brother Ankh. I've watched Chevron defeat the likes of Dr. Reggie or Brother Reggie. Chevron surgically beat the brakes off of Reggie just last night, along with other times. I've watched Chevron beat the brakes off of people so bad that they had to put him out of the pseudo killers. And now he's on his own doing his thing on the Carnivorous podcast, right? So me and Chef ain't got no beef. We're just having a friendly banter and friendly discussion and a little friendly debate today. But you are the champ, but I'm the real champ. I just retired, but you brought me out of retirement.
All right, well, we're gonna see what you got. We're gonna see what you got. So, this debate between me and Chief X, we're gonna put 30 minutes on the screen, and we just gonna go for 30 minutes. We're gonna go round after round. I think we'll do 3 rounds, right? And then we'll do a fire back at each other, right? We're gonna do a fire back at each other. We're gonna let Gullah is gonna moderate for us. Wait till his connection come in. Right? So this was a good idea, Chief X. We're gonna start doing this over here, 30-minute debates. You feel me?
Right.
Just throw out, you know what I mean? We have a lower topic and y'all go for 30 minutes. You feel me? Put the time on the board, 30 minutes, because half of these debates don't take hours. You dig what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, they don't take hours, man. We can get this settled in 30 minutes. Hey Gullah, we need you to moderate.
You see what shirt I got on today, Chef? Don't you?
Smith and Wesson.
Smith and Wesson. 357.
Smith and Wesson. All right. So, do you want to go first or I go first? How you want to do it?
Well, let me just say this.
Go ahead.
I did hit Chef Ron, just so the audience know. We're having a friendly debate, right? And I did hit Chef Ron up at the last minute to have this discussion. So he may not have as many things to throw up or share as me. So let me just let the audience know that. So this is something I've been discussing, and I also had a video up a year ago on this. So I dug all that information up, and I have it to present today.
You gonna
so I
need
just want
it.
to let people right. So I'm just letting people know Chef Ron didn't have time to really prepare. I'm saying I'm prepared because I have some old information specifically on this topic. Right.
And I'm prepared because if you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. So let's go. You know what I mean? See, listen, I'm gonna tell y'all this. I grew up around old heads, right? So a couple of my old heads, you know, they already then had lives, right? When I was coming up, 16, 17. So they had already had families. Some of them was recovering addicts. You dig what I'm saying? All this. So they used to always drop little sayings on me that they got in their travels in life. And one of the things that my man, we call him Marva, right? Old head Marva, he used to drop on me. He used to say, "Shorty, tell me the 5 P's," right? And the 5 P's, I guess it was something he learned in AA or drug abuse counseling or whatever, right? Some type of counseling thing, right? But he used to always come up to me and say, "Shorty, what's the 5 P's?" Right? And the 5 P's was he would drill it into me. Proper preparation prevents poor performance. Proper preparation prevents poor performance. He'd walk up on me, I don't care what was going on the block. He'd say, "Shorty, what's the 5 P's?" And I had to spit it out. Proper preparation prevents poor performance. So I took that with me through life, right? Now as a 40-something-year-old grown man, I still go by that. Proper preparation prevents poor performance. And I think I'm prepared. I've been having this conversation for the last 3 years along with you, Chief X. I think I can handle it. So if you want to go first, take it away. State your claim first.
Okay, so let me state my claim. So I want to be fair and let people know I've been honest about this thing. So Chef Ron, I first made the claim that I challenge people and offer some money to show me one Negroid or Black tribe that's indigenous to North Africa, the Levant, the Near East, Europe, and the Caucasus. So if we're just being honest, maybe about 4 things were thrown out over the last few years. One was the Taboo, the Heritan, the Cochians, and the Nubians. Okay, I think we've teased out a lot of things, and the Heritans and Cochians has been removed from the equation. So we're now here stuck with in debating about the Nubians. So I think overall on that challenge, Chef have gave me, if it was a test, Chefs have gave me 85%. So I guess I have a B+ grade, right? So he says I'm wrong about a certain aspect of it, and that is the Nubians. Okay. And I'm okay with that, right? So I guess Chef may be disagreeing with 15% and marked me down. But he says I'm 10 points up. So we're going to tease out the Nubian today, right? And I think Chef can agree that I've been a little bit honest and diplomatic about this. And I've told people since we've been having this discussion, if the Nubians are, that some people consider Nubians or Sudan because it gets confusing. East Africans, some consider them North Africans. I personally don't have a problem if someone considers them North African. I just consider them East African. It's fine if someone was consider them North African. It's fine if someone considers them East African. It's a discrepancy there, and it's some unclear. So we come here to clear it. So I have been diplomatic and gave a little way. I've bended a little bit, saying that if someone could say I'm not tripping, there's no need to belabor it. But we're here today to belabor it, right, Chef?
Yes, sir.
And just nail it on down. Um, 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 so I'm gonna throw this question out there. Am I going first or you, Chef?
You're making the claim. You go first.
Okay. So we are on
Because if I go first, it won't be nothing you can do. So that would be crazy. So you go first.
Okay. What's up, Gullah Gabriel, by the way? How you doing?
What's good with it, bro?
Okay, cool. So first of all, I want to state this, just so people can have this to think about. People on this panel and probably 90% of the people listening are African American or Black American, whatever you're comfortable with, right? So let's ask why. This is just a psychological thing for you to think about during this discussion. Why do people prefer it to be in North Africa, and why people prefer it not to be in North Africa? What is the big deal that people want to make it North Africa or not?
Mm-hmm.
Is it to feel better and be closer to consider themselves Egyptian? What is the reason people are pushing it to be either North African or East African? You have to think about that. And as Black folk, why do we want it to be North Africa so bad? You get what I'm saying? So let me just put that on people's mind. Now, you're on Zoom, Chef, and I'm usually on StreamYard. So I'm about to go to this where I see share screens, because I get it always confusing how to share my screen on Zoom. So let me just see if this works right, first of all. Usually when I go to share my screen, which I just clicked on, Chef, you might have to help me out here. It says at the top, basic, advanced, or files. So on StreamYard, it says share your entire screen or partial screen. So
read what it say again.
Okay, so when I click share screen,
Mm-hmm.
it pops up these different windows.
Go to the window that you want to share. So if it's like a Google tab or your internet browser, there you go.
Now, did it share?
It shared your Zoom. So now you can go up to your tabs. You see your tabs? Now,
Okay, got you.
All right.
Okay, I got you. Oh my God, thank you. Now we got that together. Okay. So we ready?
Yep.
Okay.
Go.
Okay, let me go. So personally, Chief X considers, let me just say this. It gets confusing that about Nubia and the word Nubia and who exactly are Nubians, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's a bunch of different Nubian tribes all through what we would consider southern Egypt and northern Sudan, and even all the way down to the fifth and sixth and fourth cataracts down by Moreau in Napata. We need to understand that I had made a video, right, See, this is kind of difficult. So when I'm trying to share my screen, okay, here we go. I had made a video and I want to show people. Chef, this is a little difficult. So when I'm going up to my tabs that I want to share, I'm trying to figure out how to
Click it. Click the tab that you want to share.
but okay, now it dropped down. Okay. I made a video one time saying screw Nubians. It's about the Kushite Empire. Because there were so many different Nubian tribes, whether you're talking about the Magi, you got people called the Nuba people who are in the Nuba Mountains, and they're not related, they're not of the same tribe, and they're different, right? So it gets confusing. So what I said was people are more concerned with over the years talking about the Kushite Empire. The Kushite Empire are people who took over Egypt and are considered people of the 25th dynasty. The Kushite Empire has a capital, Chef, and that capital is
With
put this on the
Napata?
screen. Napata and Meroe. Can you see it on the screen? Okay. Napata and Meroe. Meroe is near Khartoum. Khartoum in today's time is the capital of Sudan. So I would like to, for this discussion, it's just my personal thing, focus on Sudan, the country, being in place of what we call Nubia, because we related to people of Sudan, right? I'm going to get away from people on the borders of southern Egypt and get into the majority of the people and focus on the Kushite Empire as the Nubians. Because the Kushite Empire is considered in scholarship and academia the first sub-Saharan nation state. Listen to what I'm saying. Kushites is considered the first sub-Saharan nation state. This is just a fact. So I want people to look at this map and see where it's at. Napata and Meroe. Okay, can we see? Napata and Meroe. Let me remove this now. Oops. This is a better picture. So when you see Napata and Meroe, it is down right here. Napata says fourth cataract. And when you see Meroe, it's close to the sixth cataract. Can you see that, Chef? So the heartland, as you see right here, it says the Kushite heartland. It is also considered, they say, the spiritual center of the Kushites. And the heartland is Napata and Meroe. Okay? Bear with me. I have to tease this out. So the fifth and sixth cataract is where Meroe and Napata is, which is the two different capitals over time of the Kushite Empire. That's kind of deep down in Nubia. In Sudan. It is not up here where we see Aswan is. Let me make this a little smaller. Aswan is in today's time within the borders of Egypt by the first cataract, a little above the first cataract. So where Aswan is, a little above the first cataract, which we consider the border distinguishing Nubians and Egyptians, is where a lot of different Nubians and different tribes and different people may be bordering, but it may be some nomadic tribe, so it gets confusing. And this is why I say, you know what? Screw Nubians. Let's focus on the Kushite Empire.
Okay.
And when you look at the map, first cataract, second cataract, third cataract, Kerma, then Kush, Upper Nubia, Napata, and Meroe, all the way down here in the fifth cataract to the sixth cataract. Khartoum is close to Meroe, which is the capital in today's time of Kush. Okay. Now, I may be taking a little long time to explain this, but I just want people to get a clear understanding.
Okay.
Okay. So, when people say they came from the South, they like to focus on Aswan, right? And those on the border. But I like to go a little deeper down south, all the way down to the fourth, fifth, and sixth cataract. Okay. Now let me remove this. So when we look at the maps, and when you go on Wikipedia and you pull up East Africa, this is the map that shows up, Chef, and Gullah. And on this map, you see Sudan is a lighter color than the other areas that are in the Horn that are in East Africa. And it's lighter because it literally is a discrepancy.
So sometimes it's like the vowels. It's like sometimes why type shit.
Right. So what we're dealing with, Chef Ron, in general, would be something we call in law a hung jury. In sports, we would call it a no contest because it's not all agreed on. So to be fair, let me pull up when Wikipedia talks about North Africa. This is what we show. They include Sudan. So I'm just being honest and talk about in academia and in scholarship, it's a discrepancy. Some include Sudan and North Africa. Some don't include Sudan and North Africa. This is just not my own thing. I'm just trying to be real and honest. So in court, we would have what we call a hung jury, right? Now, let me go here. Are we doing one round or what, Chef?
Keep going.
Okay.
Shoot till you ain't got no more bullets left.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say that 38 only holds 6 of them.
All right. So Chef. So look. It makes it a hung jury. A hung jury, also called a deadlock jury, is a judicial jury. Zoom is different than StreamYard. Is a deadlock jury, is a judicial jury that can what? Cannot agree upon a verdict after extended deliberation. Me and Chevron are having a deliberation right now and is unable to reach the required unanimity of a superior majority. It's a hung jury right now, is my point. Right? Why is it a hung jury? Let me tell you why. Where's my screen where I have North Africa? Hold on. I wish your ass would use StreamYard. That's what I'm used to.
%30 of the chat said you cooking, Chief X.
Okay. This thing won't drop down where I can click on North Africa and pull it up. Hold on, give me a minute, y'all. Bear with me. I'm an old cat, man, so I'm not as Okay, here we go. Damn. Let's do this then. So you see my screen where it says North Africa?
Yes, sir.
Okay, cool. All right. Now, when we go to where it says North Africa, mind you, they include Sudan when you go to Wikipedia in North Africa, right? So it says North Africa is a region encompassing the northern portion of African continent. There's no singularly accepted scope for the region, and is sometimes defined as stretching from the Atlantic shores to the Western Sahara in the west, to Egypt and Sudan's Red Coast. The most common definition for this region boundaries include Algeria, Egypt, Libya, Morocco, Tunisia, and Western Sahara, the territory disputed between Morocco and partially recognized, blah, 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 blah. But this is where I want to go. Let me make this bigger so everyone can see.
Mm-hmm.
It says here, not just Chief X making this up. It says where I'm highlighting. I hope the audience can see. The United Nations definition includes all these countries as well as Sudan. Can you guys see that, Chef?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Why would they say the United Nations definition includes all these countries as well as Sudan? Because it's a little discrepancy. They didn't say as well as Algeria, as well as Morocco, as well as Libya. They only said as well as Sudan. Why? Because when you continue on, it says what? The African Union defines the region similarly, only differing from the United Nations, and they exclude Sudan. So if we're being honest, in world of academia and on the continent of Africa, the United Nations includes Sudan. The African Union excludes Sudan. So who's right? It's a hung jury right here.
Mm-hmm.
In a hung jury, you got to throw the case out. Chief X is exonerated because he's been honest about everything. And he said it's a discrepancy. And he's proving it's a discrepancy. He's proving 50% says yes, 50% says no. And this is the only area out of all that people have to come up with. And they said Nubia is North Africans. So Chef gave me an 85% and said I'm only wrong on Nubians. But Chief X has admitted there's a discrepancy with Nubia, if we're all being honest.
Mm-hmm.
Do you see this discrepancy, Chef Rain?
It's a political.
Go ahead.
It's a political thing mostly because of the Arabic, the Arabic Union and all that type of shit going on.
Correct.
Okay.
So
I'll answer you doing question and answer.
Okay.
Section.
So this is the discrepancy. Mm-hmm. Now, why would Black Americans? Who should Black Americans ride with? The United Nations or the African Union? Let's do this. And these are my last 2 points, Chef.
Okay.
Let's do this. The United Nations is what? The United Nations is an intergovernmental organization whose stated purpose is to maintain international peace and security.
Yes, sir.
Develop friendly relationships among nations, achieve international cooperation, and serve as a center for harmonizing the actions of nations. It is the world's largest international organization. So it is an international organization, Chef. Now, when we go back to just briefly describing who the African Union is, that's who I roll with. The African Union is a continental union. So it's talking about people on the continent. Screw what we Black Americans think, because we want to force ourselves into North Africa, so we can seem like we are the Egyptians. Screw that. The African Union is a continental union consisting of 55 member states. How many countries in in Africa. It's 54 countries in Africa, right? So all 54 countries is actually repping that Sudan is East Africa. Dagger, Chevron.
Dagger.
The African Union is a continental union. It's not no international union.
Yes,
These are people actually on the continent. It consisting of 55 member states located on the continent of Africa. The AU was announced and the site, and you guys can read about that later on your own. I'm just establishing here that you have the United Nations and you have the African Union, both who see Sudan different. One considers Sudan East, one considers Sudan North. We're at an impasse. It's a hung jury. I got more, but Chef, you can take it on from here.
All right, you can stop sharing.
I was cooking, boy.
Yeah,
I was cooking, Chef.
You was cooking. All right, let me see.
Well, let me just say this, Chef, before you go, and I'm gonna shut my mouth while you go up. People have to stop this bashing wiki shit. I remember when I first talked. Let me just say this. I'm gonna end it. When I first got about Debunk Black Egypt, you know what they used to call me, Chef?
What they used to call you, G?
And Brother Ankh used to always say Wikipedia X. Wikipedia X. You remember that, Chef?
I think so. Yeah.
Wikipedia X. Then later on, after I started beating the brakes off folk, then Ankh starts saying Wikipedia is the first line of defense, and everyone starts agreeing. So you guys can't have it both ways. We're not at Yale University where we're doing some dissertation where we need to do all that. We're just defining words, which is fine. You use a dictionary and encyclopedia for that. And Wikipedia is an online dictionary and an online encyclopedia, and it gives into a little history. We're just defining terms and words. Wikipedia is perfect for what we're doing and talking about. It's no need. I mean, you know what I'm saying? So relax with this Wikipedia stuff. I keep telling people, anytime people are attacking Wikipedia, that means they're losing the argument. So they have to say, oh, Wikipedia, and they have to go through these things and play the mind games and be childish. I'm fine with Chevron and anyone using Wikipedia. It's okay with me, and I think Chevron is fine with people using Wikipedia. I've listened to Chevron said, "I'm gonna whoop y'all with Wikipedia." You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's especially if it's cited. You know what I'm saying? You can click on them numbers and it send you to some. I've been beating them up with Wikipedia since day one. I was a younger dude, so I was like, you know what I'm saying? I was wikiing them to death. I'm like, what is this wiki shit? I'm like, bro, wiki legit, bro. It send you to the sources. You got to know how to use it. You know what I'm saying? They give you the shit they used to say, and they give you the shit that they saying now, and you know what I'm saying? They give you the pseudo shit, they give you the consensus. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. All right, y'all ready? Y'all ready for this ass whipping? He done did all that. He done did all that. But guess what, y'all?
I'm going on mute.
Go on mute.
The champ is here. The champ is here. The champ is here.
Getting fucked up now.
The champ is here. The champ is here.
I'll bring Brad Jabari up in
The
there.
champ is here. The champ is here. The champ is here.
All right, y'all. Now, without further ado, y'all done heard all of that, right? Now, remember why we are here. We're here not because of where the African Union or the European Union or Wikipedia or anybody else places geographically the Sudan, the country of the Sudan. The question is not the country of the Sudan. The question was, or what he put forth that there was no indigenous black tribes to North Africa. Not whether Sudan was North, East, or Sub-Saharan Africa. We're talking about the Nubians. Remember, we're talking about a people and not a country. All right? So now that we got our headlights on, we can see our way through the fog. He threw up a whole bunch of fog. But now the rubber meets the road. Let me share my screen. Screen, boom, broadcast. Let's go to my Zoom. All right, first we're going to define a few terms straight out the gate. We're going to define indigenous. So, the first question we asked, what does indigenous mean? Indigenous refers to people, communities, or groups that are native to a particular geographical region. I'm going to say that again. Indigenous refers to people, communities, or groups that are native to a particular geographical region. These are populations that have historical ties to a territory prior to colonization or formation of the current state. And they often maintain distinct languages, cultural traditions, and social structures. Indigenous groups are connected deeply to their ancestral lands and have unique cultural and historical identities. Do y'all get that? That is indigenous. All right? Now, the next question I asked, what does native mean? Native typically refers to someone or something that originates from a specific place. In the context of people, it implies belonging to a region or country by birth. It is often used to describe the original inhabitants of a region, similar to indigenous. The term can also apply to plants, animals, or any entity that is originally from a particular location. The usage of native in context is dependent, and can change and can range from a general descriptor of origin to a specific identifier of cultural or ethnic identity. Now, I'm here to prove that the Nubians fit into both categories. All right? Indigenous and native to North Africa. Now, remember, we're going to read this again. Indigenous refers to people, communities, or groups that are native to a particular geographical region. These are populations that have historical ties to a territory prior to colonization or formation of the current state. So now that we know what indigenous means, let's ask, are Nubians North African? That is a direct question, open-ended. So we get the most precise answer here. Are Nubians North African? Yes, Nubians are traditionally from a region in North Africa. Do y'all see that? Yes, Nubians are traditionally from a region, not talking about the Sudan, right? Yes, because before that country of the Sudan, and they gave it that modern border, right? Where the Nubians existed at was in North Africa. Yes, Nubians are traditionally from a region in North Africa. The historical area of Nubia is located in what is now southern Egypt, listen to this, what is now southern Egypt, and northern Sudan. The Nubian people have a rich history and culture that dates back thousands of years with their own unique languages and traditions. They have historically lived along the banks of the Nile River in this region. So, right here, I done already landed some devastating blows. Why? Because I didn't go into what the European Union or what the African Union or NATO or the United Nations, how they group countries together, right? We're just going.
You be careful when you using just political views, because you know what I'm saying. You get into actual geography and science and shit, it get broader.
Yeah, definitely. So right there, we see that is no way out for Chief X. All right, he's up against it, but we're gonna go to his source, Wikipedia. Hold on, let me stop sharing that.
And I got something to show too at the end after after the discussion.
All right. Boom. Let me go up here. Boom. Let me go out of there. No, I won't go back in there. Then we're gonna go to let's go to new. All right, let me share my screen again, y'all. Let's go back down here. If y'all can't, all right, boom. All right, Chief X was on Wikipedia. Now let's go to my Wikipedia. All right. Nubians are a Nilo-Saharan ethnic group, indigenous. Listen to that again. Indigenous to the region which is now northern Sudan and southern Egypt. They originate from the early inhabitants of the Central Nile Valley, believed to be one of the earliest cradles of civilization. All right. Now let's go down to, let's see, Nilo-Saharan. Their language, right? Their language is North African. Their culture is North African. It's amazing. Chief X made all of the parameters. And when he made all of the parameters, he said, name me a Black African tribe or people that went to North Africa, set up camp there, and their culture was born there. That's Chief X words verbatim. I heard him say it for the last 2 years, almost every show. So it's burnt into my brain. He made the parameters, right? The Nubians, their culture was born in southern Egypt and northern Sudan. That is North Africa. Their language is a North African language called Nilo-Saharan. Now, this is the issue. We had this problem over there on the pseudo killers. When we were trying to argue to Brother Unk that a thing could be more than one thing at the same time, right? We argued that it could be North African, Mediterranean, and East African all at the same time. So, Chief X, Nubians, right, can be North African, East African, and Nilo-Saharan all at the same time. So just because somebody says that the Nubians, one people classify them as East African, that's one part of them. You can classify them as East Africa. Why? Because that northernmost part of Africa is on the east is in the eastern portion of the country. So are they eastern? Yes, they're eastern. But are they northern? Yes, they're northern. At the same time, are they are they Nilotics? Yes, they are. Why? Because they live on the Nile. So they could be all of these things at the same time. And just naming one does not negate them from the other things that make them who they are. Now, I'm gonna just stop right here. And Chief X, you can take the floor. Let's see what you got. Where Chief
Okay.
X? Where Chief X go? Go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Are we both on the screen?
Yep.
So, Chef Ron,
Yes, sir.
what you just did at the end, you were cooking, Chef. Now you put a poll up asking if Chief X is cooking, right? See, this is called honesty. Now, people may say I'm not for their personal reasons, and they just want to take sides, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, because it's Chief X, you know, the majority of people don't like Chief X, so they're gonna go personal instead of just be real. It is okay to say both me and Chef Ron is cooking. We both cooking. Let's just be honest. It's okay, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, wherever I go, I know I'm in enemy territory. I know I'm coming to people who have a home. Chef Ron is at home.
Okay.
Right? So I'm the visiting team, right? I get it, right? So, but at the end, Chef, you just now said what I was basically saying.
Mm-hmm.
You said that something can be more than one thing.
Yep.
You said they can be Eastern, they can be North, right?
Mm-hmm.
You agreed to that.
Yep.
I agree with you, Chef, on that.
Mm-hmm.
This is why I'm saying it's a discrepancy. But let me just drop this caveat on you. This is why I started off saying, when I was in this community and for decades, the only thing Black Americans and Afrocentrics used to teach about was the Egyptian dynasties and them Kushites. Sarah Seti, Ashwakwezi,
Right.
used to always combine them and say the Kushites and the Egyptians are the same people. We were more concerned with that 25th dynasty, which was a Kushite dynasty, and them taking over Egypt. And those were people we clap for. Those are people who they say are the Black pharaohs. Those are the people that in this community, this conscious community, we were repping, which was the Kushite. And it's the reason why when I started this thing, I said, since there are so many Nubian tribes, I said, screw it, because it's nomadic Nubians. A nomad has no home life. It's this kind of people. It's Nubia people. And it's a bunch of different ethnicities within Nubia. And it gets confusing. So I said, screw Nubians, screw Nubia. I'm rolling with the Kushites, which are the first sub-Saharan African nation state.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm going to end it with this. According to when we read these definitions, you kept reading that there are people who are in the southern Egyptian region and the northern Sudan region.
Mm-hmm.
And that makes up Nubians. But you forgot that the heartland of the Kushites and the capital of the Kushites were all what they say, the Nubian pyramids, the Kushite pyramids, Meroe, that Kerma culture, Meroe and Napata is not northern Sudan. So we have a discrepancy here, right? So according to Wikipedia and other definitions, the Kushites are not people from northern Sudan. These are people from Central or South Sudan by the 5th and 6th cataracts, Jeffrey. So we have another whole discrepancy because the Kushites aren't from northern Sudan. They're
No, they
from,
ain't from lower. They
huh?
ain't from they ain't from lower Nubia. They're from southern, like upper Nubia. They're from upper Nubia.
Yeah, would you say central
No,
Sudan?
yeah, up, which is north, southern, which is upper, and then lower, which is up
No, I know,
north.
but I don't want to confuse. I'm just let's just use basic terms.
Oh yeah,
would you consider them central Sudan, central Sudan, where Khartoum and Meroe is?
oh yeah, most definitely.
Okay, so we have a dis.
And even
Okay,
and
so
just for the audience sake, even when you say Kushite, that's a whole discrepancy in itself because you got Kushite with a K, and you got Kushite speakers who these Afro-Asiatic speakers was a whole different group of people. That's why I call to me from not don't be confusing. I just call the Kush. I just call them Kermites, Kerma people, because really they ain't nothing but institutionalized Kerma people, and they later on called themselves Kushites because of the Egyptians. It's an Egyptian nomer anyway, so later on they just accepted it or whatever.
right, and let me share my screen one more time, Chef. Where am
Go.
I at? Where am I at? I'm gonna share my screen one more time, and you can take over again. Share my screen.
Yeah, but you on point though. You on point so far though.
Okay, so people may have a different ideology. Can you see this on the screen, Chef?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so where Khartoum is, it's kind of central Sudan. Let me put another one up here real quick.
No, we can see it. That's clear.
Okay.
Some anthropologists would call that the southern Middle Nile.
Okay, so this is a better one right here. Well, between Aswan, which is the first cataract, and the sixth cataract, where Meroe is, we see that Kush, fourth and fifth, Napata, Meroe is kind of central, damn near southern Sudan. Chef, am I wrong? You agree with this?
Mm-hmm.
So we're at an impasse. So it's a hung jury, in my opinion. And I just want to show this because this kind of just gives you a visual of from the first cataract to the sixth cataract and all in between, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm kind of giving way to some of Nubia can be considered, but the Kushite Empire, which I'm focusing on, is Central Sudan, and I wouldn't consider them North Africans. That's just personally me. But go ahead, Chef.
All right. So the issue is you're mixing peoples up together, right? So you're having a problem with time and ethnicity. All right. You're arguing for the Kushite kingdom, right? You're arguing that the Kushites who ruled in the 25th dynasty that started the kingdom all the way down in Khartoum and Meroe, you're trying to say that they are the group of Nubians that you want to focus on, but that's not how it go. Nubia is see the Nubians that I'm talking about, right? That you can't get away from is the Nubians that is in southern Egypt and northern Sudan. I'm not talking all the way back down into in central Sudan. I'm not even talking about those people. They were loosely categorized as Nubians, right? That blanket term was thrown over them. But the first people that was talked about as being Nubians are who? The people of southern Egypt and northern Sudan, which is North Africa. So I don't have whatever your beef is, Chief X, with the Kushites. It's not even an issue. That's a blanket term, right? The blanket term Nubian was thrown over all of those people who was dark skinned going down the Nile. I'm not saying that. So I'm gonna say it again. When you look it up, it's a Nubians, right? Are indigenous North Africans. Let me share my screen again.
No,
and
don't say that.
It's going to tell you what people they're talking about, and they ain't even talking all the way down in Khartoum, and Meroe where you're talking about. Let me share my screen.
But it also does say, though, Chef Ron, that the Kushite dynasty is also called the Nubian dynasty.
Yeah, but
So what I'm saying is, if they're saying the Kushite, so we have to include the Kushites as part of what people call Nubians also.
Yes, but it doesn't negate that the Nubians in southern Egypt, right, and northern Sudan are indigenous North African.
No, but I'm agreeing with that, Chef. I agree with
So
that.
if you're agreeing, then you lost.
No,
Because
I'm
listen to
agreeing
what you said. What was your claim? State your claim for me.
This is my saying. I'm agreeing that here's the thing, Chef. So I'm agreeing that some of it can lie on the borders of what is considered North Africa, because they're on the border, and what will be the country of Egypt as we see it today, and Egypt would be considered North Africa to me. I agree to that, but it's kind of not clear because there's so many different Nubians. So either way, they're considering Kushites Nubians, and they consider them people in southern Egypt Nubians. So the thing what we got to say is, when I made my original claim, I was talking about more so Mediterranean North Africans. So Nubians are not Mediterranean North Africans. And it describes it. You know what I'm saying, Chef? So
No,
the Kushites wouldn't be considered Mediterranean North Africans that are in southern Egypt. My main thing was that, but people couldn't get over it, so they tried to hang on to a thread and include Nubians as North Africans. But they're not, wouldn't be considered Mediterranean North Africans. You agree with that, Chef?
I agree with that. But your claim with this, my screen, I'm showing my screen. It says, and I say show sources, it says Nubians are traditionally from a region in North Africa known as Nubia, which extends from southern Egypt to northern Sudan. This area has a rich history dating back thousands of years and has been known by various names over time, including the ancient Egyptian term land of the bow. We heard Reggie say this a million times. Nubians have historically been engaged in agriculture, heavily influenced by the Nile River cycle, and have distinct cultural practices and languages. Chief X, you said name me the black North African tribe that went to North Africa and their culture was born there. Do you see what I'm reading? Where does the Nubian culture, where is it born at? In North Africa. Right there. Now, I agree with you. Would they be considered Mediterranean? No, they wouldn't. No, they didn't live along the Mediterranean coast. I totally agree with you. But just on a particular, if me and you made a bet, right? Just think about this. If me and you made a bet, and the bet was, let me see, a tough fight. What was a tough fight? Let's say...
people keep saying I moved the goalpost. I didn't move the goalpost. I was honest about this all the time.
Hold on. Don't need to trip off of that.
Okay.
All right. So let's say, okay. All right. Let's say Pernell Whitaker, Oscar De La Hoya.
Hey, the whole effing show, I didn't debate Reggie on Land of the Black Bull. That was Chef-Run. So maybe you mean Chef, not me. I wasn't debating Kemet with Reggie. That was Chef-Free.
Yeah, all right, cool. So listen, you remember Oscar De La Hoya, Pernell Whitaker fight?
Yes, sir.
All right. Now,
put us both on the screen.
If you bet, right? If me and you bet and you went with De La Hoya and I went with Sweet Pea, right? At the end of that fight, now it was a close fight. But who won the fight? Who did the three judges give the fight to? Chief?
They gave it to who won that fight?
De La Hoya.
That's right, De La Hoya won.
They gave it to De La Hoya. Now, even though
my favorite.
Right, even though I picked Sweet Pea and it was a close fight, and I could make my argument why I felt like he won more rounds. You dig what I'm saying? The rounds that he won was close also. So listen, they had to pick a winner, and the winner was Oscar De La Hoya. I would have to pay you, bro. I can't sit there. I could be mad about it. Like, man, that shit was close, man. They robbed him. It wasn't a robbery. It was a close fight. You dig what I'm saying? So, in a close fight, the winner still wins. Do you agree? If me and you...
Put us both on the screen.
Oh, my bad.
I'm done shooting my bullets. I got a 6-shooter. I done shot 5 of them. I'm to hold my last one. I guess this is a short debate, so we won't continue on. But let's just continue discussion. I want to hear from Gullah.
Okay.
Also.
All right. So in that case, right, where it's close, right, and I don't even feel like this is actually close because all of the sources say that the Nubians are indigenous to North Africa. Your biggest argument come to where do you place the Sudan in political terms, right? And far as wise its political geographical sense. But remember, we wasn't talking about countries. We were talking about tribes and people. So I feel like it's a clean slate. I feel like I got you. I feel like you should fall on your sword, right? It would do better for you. It would do better for you in this community to accept the situation. But go ahead.
I hear you, Chef. But I'll say this before Gullah go. I'm gonna stick with a hung jury, and we gotta dismiss. You gotta dismiss the case.
No. I wasn't talking about the Sudan Chief X. I said we were talking about Nubians. How can you went off on?
I consider Kushites Nubians.
Fine, but pull me up a source that says the Nubians are not North African, and then I rock with you.
I already did.
No,
I told
you didn't.
The whole entire African Union considers Sudan East Africa.
You're talking about the country Sudan, and I'm talking about Nubian people. It's two different things.
Okay, so in the conscious community, when you say Nubia, that's relating to Sudan. We're just using old and newer terms.
Chief X, the people that was in the people, the Nubians that existed in ancient times, you're telling me that they were Sudanese? No, they was just North Africans. They lived in the northern region of Africa. Those political geographical borders did not exist.
Okay, so let me ask you this one question, Chef. Since you said they were North African, were there any how can I say it? Were there any of them East African? Because you already admitted that
yes,
it can be more than one thing at one time.
All of them are East African.
Okay.
You think I'm gonna deny that? You think I'm gonna deny geography?
We're both saying we're both basically saying you can be 2 or 3 things at one time, but we just differ on. Okay, I mean, let's hear from Gullah.
Go ahead, Gullah. Gullah sleep.
Gullah on that shit.
No, I'm cleaning up the kitchen. My bad, y'all. Here I come though. Let give me a little minute.
All right. So I don't know. I don't know how you wiggling out of this.
Chef, what I'm saying, I'm halfway giving to you, and I'm halfway not. That's all I'm saying.
But how can you? Did I have?
You know what? I probably will go to my grave thinking this, Chef.
But hold on.
We presented.
How could I halfway give you that they're East African? I couldn't halfway do it. I look at a map. I see that shit is East Africa. I don't have a personal tie to it because, see, when you make a bet, that's why when you make a bet, right, it does something else. Now you can't fully, you know what I mean, just be honest. Because you got to support your position.
Okay, well, but we're on this. Let's just say this. We're at least on the same page of what you said yesterday. The overall point of my initial challenge only the Nubians, I possibly, in your opinion, can be wrong on, but I'm 10 points ahead, you're saying. So my overall point about people naming an indigenous people, they couldn't do it for Europe, they couldn't do it for the Near East, they
Hmm.
couldn't do it for Levant, they couldn't do it for the Caucasus, and they couldn't do it for North Africa in general, except that one people considered the Nubians. We agree with that, right, Chef?
So far from what they presented, it's only for me. It's only been the Nubians.
Okay, cool.
They presented other people that can be loosely considered native because they was born in North Africa. They've been there for long periods of time, but the only one that actually stuck for me that I would put my feet under was the Nubians. Um,
Okay.
the
So my
Harrington
overall
and them,
challenge, I'm about 85% right in my overall
yeah, yeah,
challenge.
yeah. Once they start mentioning coachings and all of that, that just got, out of hand. You feel me? That just got out of hand. So I don't know. We gonna take some callers.
Some callers.
See how they
Was Gullah finished?
no, he was still cleaning the kitchen.
No.
I'm doing the show after this on Dr. King. So, but this was a good
I'll be right there. Yeah, I'm almost done. Here I come.
Take your time. Hey, I appreciate this, Chef Ron. This is see how people can have a discussion and be friendly and not cuss each other and call each other names and insult each other. And this is just a cool, quick little thing. I appreciate it.
yeah, ain't not me.
We just teasing out some shit.
That's a fact. All right, come on, Cube. Cube said he got a question. Cube, you've been killing on your channel, man. You be putting up some, man. Cube don't care who he shoot at. He don't got no friends. I better not do nothing.
You ain't got no friends.
Cube don't give a hell, man. So I bet I'm gonna keep my nose clean, man. I know Cube ain't gonna he ain't gonna spare me. So But I live all the way in Baltimore. I don't go up to New York that much, so y'all ain't gonna catch me scamming or doing nothing wild. Y'all can forget about that. All right, y'all, click the link. I know y'all got questions. Come on, let's get it in.
What Cube at?
This is a short show, not a long show.
Is Cube on the line, Chef?
Nah, he ain't click on it yet.
Oh.
Mika, Tamika one, I know you got a question. You don't agree with shit I say, Mika. You know what I mean? Every time I go over a Saw page, she over there shooting at me. All right, yeah, they cool. All right, so so for the chat, for the viewing audience, right? We got 85,000 in the building. How do y'all see this light debate going? Where do y'all fall at? Where do y'all stand? Who made the best points? Did you change your mind? Did anybody change your mind from your previous contention or stance? Or do you feel like Chief X cleared me or I cleared Chief X? How do y'all fall?
The haters can't even be, people get so personal. They can't just say, you know what? Both people made great points, but I agree with such and such. I mean, at least some people just anyway.
Listen, I'm gonna hear you all the way out. Like I don't have too much of a. I can put my personal down. Like I can listen to Reggie and Smash. I can let them get their whole point out. Like I don't have no issue. You feel me? Because I might learn something. So I like letting people talk. You know what I mean? Because I might learn something. And if I don't,
Somebody says Sekou won this debate. Sekou didn't debate these points at all. Sekou was claiming the taboo for North Africans. We already killed that. I got a whole presentation on the taboo. And 10% of their population is in the borders of Libya. That's what Sekou was hanging on. But 90% of them are in Niger and Chad, which is considered Central Africa. Okay. So Sekou lost that discussion, but I guess people didn't see my rebuttal to it on my page.
Okay. Hey, Cube, what's up, Cube? Happy Martin Luther King Day.
Yo, happy MLK Day.
Right.
Didn't know that was a thing that we wish each other happy for, but
Might as well.
yeah, I don't see no problem with it at all.
What's up, Q? I want to say hi. Hey, Cube, I hope you know that. I was one time, Unc said, Cube. I remember it was about 7 months ago. Chef and Corey was getting on him so hard that Unc said he denounced Dr. Ben, and he said Martin Luther King is who I roll with. I don't know if y'all remember that.
Nah, not surprised though.
He said not Dr. Ben, but Martin Luther King. You remember that, Chef?
Nah, you
Oh,
had to go pull that one up.
So shout out to Martin Luther King.
Most definitely. Shout out to King and all of his descendants and the great thing that brother tried to do for us. Definitely that. But I was listening into the majority of it. I was in and out for a portion, so I can't speak on the part of what Chef was saying because I did miss that portion, but I did hear what Chief X was saying. But I do have to say this.
Hey man, I'm at McDonald's, so I'm not gonna be long.
What's up? Go ahead, Cube.
Okay, yeah, go. No, go ahead, Banoob, if you have to get in real
No,
quick.
go ahead. Finish your point, Cube. He's just checking in. That's all.
Yeah, I'm just checking in.
Oh, okay,
go ahead.
cool. Yeah, so my thing is, Chief X, you can't be half pregnant. Either you are or you aren't. So when you say to Chef that you agree somewhat, what
No,
does
I'm
that
good.
what does that mean?
Compromise.
Yeah, you need to mute too, though.
Hold on, I can do it. I can mute him. I think. All right, go ahead.
Cube. Sometimes everything not always just black and white. Sometimes in the world they're all gray areas.
Right, and that's the clarification that I'm actually asking for right now. Is why is he saying that he somewhat agrees with him?
Q, I'm see, people are not really listening to me because people just want one way. I'm saying that is the only gray area, as Gulla's saying. That is the only gray area. That's the only area where academics consider Sudan this, and they consider Sudan. I'm just being honest about that. It's a little gray area because of the geography. What I'm saying, Nubians are not Egyptians, but although they may be on the borders of Egypt, but they're not Egyptians. So this is just my personal feelings. I don't. So if anyone else considers them, I'm fine with it. I'm fine with Chef considering them North Africans. I'm fine with anyone considering them North Africans. I'm not stuck on it. I'm just saying personally, I don't.
Yeah, this is like Sudan is kind of fits the same place as Chad a little because Chad it's a sometimes type of situation because northern Chad, you know what I'm saying, will fit more so in the North African, you know what I'm saying, scope or sort of an outlier, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But like southern Chad is a totally different, demographic type of situation.
That's a fact. Go ahead, Q.
Yeah, so I'm trying to, I hear what you're saying, but it's still just not making sense to me. So when you talk about the Nubians, as my brother Chef would say, so Chief, are you saying that? Because you clearly just said that these people aren't Egyptians. So what's stopping you from agreeing wholly that these were a group of people that are black, nappy-headed Negroes, as you would say that never existed in that region? What's stopping you from saying that?
The Nubians are so because you know what, it's a lot of admixture with people along the borders. I wouldn't, and that's what I'm saying. There's so many different people. There's also nomadic people in Nubian tribes, and nomad has no home. So how do we fit all these people around there into one box?
Yeah,
it's just such of a gray area. It's like some are mixed, some are not. I mean, it's just a gray area. I don't have the exact answer, Q.
Yeah.
And I think we will all be confused forever on this, but that's just the only part in Africa where there's a gray area.
My source ain't confused.
I mean, it's still an area of confluence. I mean, you still got Nilo-Sahaриans, You got the Cushitic with a C people that are like the Beja people that are especially the northern regions. Like a lot of people say the C group, A group, B group, that they wasn't even Nilo-Saharan speakers. They were Afro-Asiatic speakers of the Cushitic branch. Not to be confused with the Kushite kingdom, but the Cushitic branch with a C, which is an Afro-Asiatic language in the Red Sea area. Them people would have been around in that region too, which would have been they would have been cousins, cousins or Afro-Asiatic speaking cousins to the Egyptians. You know what I'm saying? They would have been sandwiched in between these Nilans and other, northern Afro-Asiatic speakers.
But
So
see that's where I don't understand because you guys bring up these other people who could be cousins and other stuff like that, which I'm not even talking about those. I'm specifically talking about the Nubians. Why wouldn't they? Because like Chef
No,
said,
no, but you got to talk about because the modern day Nubians is a conglomerate, a mixture of these people. They're not just really one thing right now. Like
yeah, but
the
why would
modern
we
day
be?
Nubians is a mixture now. You know what I'm saying?
No,
They
no,
they
I
base
no, I understand.
is Nilo-Saharan or East Sudanic, but they mix with Beja, Egyptians, even Arab today. You know what I'm saying?
Right, right, and I can understand that, and I can understand and see your point, and say that okay, well that does make sense when you're talking about modern people, but we're not talking about modern people. So why are we taking it to the modern sense when we're actually talking about an ancient group of people? And in this conversation
No, we're talking about
was
both. We're kind of talking about both.
The
You
ancients
know
were
what I'm
mixed
saying?
also.
Yeah, they was mixed too.
okay. That's fair. That's a fair
so now
answer.
y'all gonna get into mixture. Listen,
Well, it was a cultural intent. Hold on, hold on. Give me a minute. I'm gonna get this
Where
up. I'm gonna show y'all something real quick.
where did the kingship come from? Everything from kingship. Where did it come from? The
what's
north or
going
the
on,
south?
that good guy?
Peace to the family,
Hey, that
peace
good
to the
guy, you want
chat.
to come on camera or no?
I already did. What I gotta keep coming on camera?
I'm just curious. I never seen. I like to just sit face sometimes. Oh, okay, cool.
All right, go ahead. Go ahead.
So if you're talking about kingship, where's all that come from? The north or the south?
I don't know.
Hey, that good guy, can I ask you a question?
So you're gonna answer my question with a
Yeah,
question.
no, I'm gonna answer your question. I just want to ask you a brief question. I just want to know your stance on something so I can get your angle. That good guy, do you think the ancient Egyptians are black?
Do I think that they perceive themselves as being black?
No, that's not what
If
he asked.
no, I'm asking you. I'm just stand on. Just be real in your mind. Do you consider the ancient
So
Egyptians
I'm
black
gonna
folk?
answer the question how I just said it. I think that they perceive themselves as being black.
Oh,
Okay,
okay.
I just want to know your angle. So I just want to know that's where he's coming from, Chef. That the ancient Egyptians are
But
black.
it's not about my angle, it's about the truth or
No,
my
no,
or the
I
lie.
understand. I agree with you. I just want to know where you stand on this argument. You just told us you stand that the ancient Egyptians are black.
So are you gonna answer my question, the
Yeah,
kingship?
sure. It's fine. I just want to know your stance. That's all. Relax, guy. It's not, you're not. It's not nothing contentious. I just want to know where you stand. You stand with Smash Rockwell that they're black.
So let me ask this
No,
question,
but
and
Chief X never answered this question.
Hold on. That was his point of asking me all that.
Now I don't know if you were asking me a question.
He
Repeat the
asked
question.
you
Yeah.
where did the kingship come from?
Oh, where did the kingship come from? Of who?
Egypt.
It came from Egypt.
North of Egypt, south of Egypt, like where?
Okay. So here's the thing.
Uh,
Narmer.
excuse me.
I'm answering.
Let me formulate my question properly.
Okay. Go ahead.
Because when you have the wand or the scepter, you have the lower crown, the upper crown, you have the kilt that they have on, you have everything they have on. Where do all them items come from? The north or the south?
Okay. So what you had was Narmer who united Upper and Lower Egypt. Narmer was not from anywhere in Sudan. Narmer was from Egypt, more so close to Central Egypt. So he united his own people because they were Upper and Lower Egyptians. They're not talking about uniting Nubians. He united his people, Upper and Lower Egyptians, which is Northern and Central. Okay. So the kingship came from around Thinis, where Abydos is, and Thinis is where Narmer was from, which is close to Central Egypt. So we get confused with this South thing and want to make it South when it was basically Northern Egypt and Central Egypt uniting and becoming one people. They were all the same people. They just united and became one nation state.
So
So the
where did Norma
kingship,
come?
the king, Narmer came from, listen. Narmer is from Thinis, which is close to Abydos. That is close to Central Africa. I'm answering you clear as possible. So the kingship came from all with inside Egypt, not the South, none of that. It came from basically Central Egypt.
So you're saying that none of this stuff came from the first cataract? Nothing came from the south? The wasp, the scepter?
This is what you have to do. You have to look at a map. Just take your time and go look at a map and see where Thinis is. It's not by it's more central. It's not Aswan. I know Afrocentrics made you believe it was Aswan, but it's not. Thinis is in Central Egypt. You have to clarify that.
You cool, that good guy? Did he answer your question?
No, because I asked him where the wand, the scepter, where he's saying that come from Thinis. There's
where Narmer came from. Considered the first. What does he consider the first? What?
Yeah, but Scorpion King come before Narmer, but he's also from the south.
The Scorpion King, Menes, Narmer is all considered the same people in place, same area.
Are you sure about that?
I'm positive. I got a whole presentation on it. I'm positive.
So you said Menes, Narmer, Scorpion King, is that all the same person?
What I'm saying is people. Gullah, can you explain Menes and Narmer as the same and the discrepancy? That they come from an area called Thinis is my point.
Oh, hold on. Hey, that good guy. Did you see me and Chief X debate?
Yes, that's why I asked. Cause you said if I'm right about it, y'all talking about Nubia, right?
Who you feel like? Do you feel like I got over on him?
Oh, of course. I mean, hands down. First of all, he was talking about political stuff, and you're talking about the actual tribe of people.
Facts.
So I don't even know. I didn't even understand his premise. His premise was so off. That's why I just want to get clarity about if he understands what the conversation was.
All right, go ahead.
So we answered where the kingship came from, around Thinis.
So I'm done. Thank you.
Okay. All right. So boom. All right. Now, Cube, you still there?
Yes, sir.
All right. Now, Cube, my whole premise, right, that I tried to lay down, and I didn't go off of my own suppositions or how I felt about anything, right? I just read what the sources said about who's North African, right? It said that the Nubians are indigenous North Africans. For me, case closed. You dig what I'm saying? I don't go. The moment you go past that, you doing what Reggie and them doing. You dig what I'm saying?
See, this is what spawned the question. Because if that is the case, that's why I said, like Chief X, why are you saying like, well, I sort of kind of agree, and even Gullah came out and saying everything is in black and white. But if your research is yielding something that's saying, hey, that these people are North Africans, what is showing that they aren't North Africans?
Right. Good question. And for me, right, just because they stretched all the way down to Khartoum, right? Just because they had cultural and affinities to people who was further south, it's not even the issue. The point is that they are indigenous to North Africa. Now, wherever else they went in North Africa, whatever other connections they had in Africa is immaterial. The same way that they say that the ancient Egyptians are indigenous to Northeast Africa, that they are African. Now, they can have connections to people in the Mediterranean. They can have connections to people in the Levant, but it still doesn't negate the fact that they already said that the Egyptians are African.
And
And
this is
go ahead.
why I said like you can't be half pregnant. Either you are or you aren't. So when Gullah and Chief was bringing up, oh, there's people who were cousins of these people. That like I think we shouldn't pay that any never mind. Are these people North African or not? And if they are North African, if
That wasn't my point. That wasn't my point at all. I'm just saying. I'm just speaking. I'm just speaking
no, no,
what it
you were
is.
giving fact. No, you were giving facts, and I'm not attempting to go against the facts that you were given. Like I'm not going against that. But what I'm saying is, when Chef laid it down that these people are North African, and Chief X and yourself said, well, everything isn't black and white. Well, what is
No, I
black and
agree. I agree with that they're North African. I wasn't picking sides or nothing like that. I don't know.
I'm
I ain't on
but
nobody's side.
I'm not
I agree. I agree. I agree with
feel
that part.
but don't
Yeah.
feel attacked bro, because I don't
No,
listen.
I'm
This
not.
is
I'm not. I'm just speaking for myself. That's all.
yeah, and
It.
that's
I'm not
fair.
saying attack.
No, no,
Yeah.
that's fair. That's fair. And listen, I don't really hold this conversation up to be anything than what it is now. We just brothers engaging in it, and I appreciate us being able to engage in it and not yell, kick, and scream and boot people off and all of that craziness. But my whole thing is, if Chef just proved that these people are North African,
Q.
and this is exactly who Chief X was looking for, why are we now acting like?
Well, just to be clear, Q, let's just say this.
Okay, I'm listening.
The overall context, and I know Chef can agree with this, is about debunking Black Africa. We've debunked, not, I'm sorry, Black Africa.
Black Egypt, Black Egypt.
Debunking Black Egypt
Right.
and proving that the Egyptians are not Black. We've settled that. The Egyptians aren't Black folk, aren't Negroid folk.
I think we
That's
all agree with that, though.
right, right. So,
Just to be
right,
fair.
right. So we're all agreeing with that. So anyone thinking
Nah,
they
nah,
got a,
we can't say we all agree with that. But go ahead.
hold on, yeah. Not we already got your stance. That's why I asked you your stance, because I knew you didn't agree with that. So we've already in discussions and in debates beat that up, whether you agree or not. Okay. We've proved that through genetics, DNA, and everything, that the modern day Egyptians are the ancient Egyptians, and the modern day Egyptians aren't Negroid. Okay, we've already proved that. We closed that case years ago. It's just people hanging on, right? So we're only just teasing out, are the Nubians North Africans? So you guys still let's be clear, you guys took a L 3 years ago, but we're just teasing out, are the Nubians North Africans? And I'm gonna go to my grave saying it's iffy in a gray area, and we was personally. So, but I don't have a problem if people consider them North Africans. If people think Chef proved this point and said the North Africans cool, I'm fine with it. I just wanted to have this lightweight discussion and have some fun today, and just give my opinion, personal opinion. I don't
Yeah.
think I'll ever get my mind changed. I'm fine either way people think is their north or east. I'm totally fine with it. So I don't have a problem with what Chef's presented. He didn't present no lie. Chef presented the truth. And that's just called being honest.
Hey, this Gullah sharing the screen right here.
Okay,
I just got the article, wiki article, North Africa. When you go into the demographics, even when you look up here, it say North African Arabs, Egyptians, Nubians, Maghribis, Berbers, and
it's
Haritans.
over.
And down here, where it say inhabitants of North Africa are roughly divided into manner of corresponding to principal geographic regions of North Africa, which is the Maghreb, the Nile Valley, and the Sahel. And going to my other point down here, where it say historic movements, it say the Maghreb or or Western North Africa on the whole is believed to have inhabited by Berbers since at least 10,000 BCE, while the eastern part of North Africa or Nile Valley has mainly been home to Egyptians and Nubians. Ancient Egyptians record extensive contact with Western Desert with peoples that appear to have been Berber or Proto-Berber. And even down here, you talk about it's a laboratory examination of Huang Muyang child mummy of Tan Hanakinton child suggests that the Central Saharan peoples of Epipaleolithic, Mesolithic, and pastoral periods possess dark skin complexion. The archaeological evidence from the Heliocene period has shown that the Nilo-Saharan speaking population, which Nubian is part of Nilo-Saharan for the audience, speaker population groups had populated Central and Southern Sahara before the influx of Berber and Arabic speakers around 1500 years ago, who now largely populate the Sahara in modern era. And even I'm gonna go to this article here. We'll talk about actually the demographics of Africa. And then it go down where it say ethnicities. And got all the different variations, different people groups of Africa. And right here it say the peoples of North Africa. It said the peoples of North Africa comprise of three main groups: Berbers, which is northwest, Egyptians, Libyans in the northeast, and Nilo-Saharan speaking people in the east. And in non-native Muslim settlers who arrived in the 17th century noticed that Arabic. We all know about that. And then when you go into cultures, let me see, cultures of North Africa. Let me see. North Africa. You see a list, of the countries, and right here you see Sudan, which is one of them.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, so we're clear, and I guess Chevron can kind of, I don't know if Chevron got another stream or what, just so we're clear. My overall point in context was to name a indigenous Negroid or Black tribe in North Africa, Europe, Caucasus, Near East, Levant, and all these places. And the only one we and everyone came up with was the Nubians that are on the borders. So I got an 85% on my claim and my challenge, meaning I got a passing grade.
Good job, Chief.
I could be off a little bit on the Nubians. I agree to that. I'm not saying may not be off. I'm just giving you my personal opinion. But overall, the conscious community whose claim that we were the first Europeans, we were the Hebrew Israelites, and we were everywhere. My overall point, the Egyptians, Black, all these cats have been wrong for 30 years, and I'm correct. That's just the context of it, and we're not Mediterranean people. So my overall context of my point I'm really trying to make, Chief X is right, and you guys can hang on the thread of Nubia. I'm gonna give you that, but my overall point, the whole entire conscious community for the last 30 years has been body slammed and turned upside down on their head, and Chief X did that shit.
Oh yeah. And I would say too, Chief X, they can't even claim them dark skinned Nubians and Nilo-Saharans either. Because you know, I rock with our brother BR. You know what I'm saying? He don't claim they had no connections with African Americans at all. Like them people are their own people, even though how they look. Same way if you look at the Andaman Islander people, they're a whole different people. They're not, had nothing to do with Niger Congo people. The only Nilo-Saharans that we had some type of contact or saying overlap with mostly West Sahelian people, which were the ancestors of the Songhai.
Who's sharing that screen?
You see my screen?
Yeah.
You see what it says, Nubia? Are you saying that those are not Black people down there?
Blow it up.
I mean,
I love that map though. That's my favorite map.
It's my favorite map too, boy.
Yeah.
I love that map. And Thinis is on that map.
Yeah, that map it clears a lot of shit up.
Right, Thinis is right on that map.
You might listen.
Right in Central.
You might be daggering yourself with this map. Trust me.
I'm telling you, he done. I did a whole presentation on this map.
How was that?
No, go ahead. What are you about to show us?
I'm just you're saying this is Lower Nubia.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
Thinis is postulated to be around that Theban area, which is actually
before that first bend.
Yeah, where that little nipple at.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's still so like I said about kingship, the crown of the scepter, where's that coming from?
I
No,
don't
the
know.
king,
Let us know.
Are you
the
talking about
political
symbols or
I
kingship.
don't
people?
know.
Hey, the
Oh well,
political
I
kingship.
don't know either.
Hey, you gotta read Christopher Everett's book. He say that the kingship or the political style or whatever was a combination of things in itself. A combination, you know what I'm saying, predominantly of like the the Nilo-Saharan contributed to the part where it had a sacred kingship, but then you had Afro-Asiatic groups, you know what I'm saying, who put their trend in too, you know what I'm saying, had things in there too that mixed all up together, became the
So Gullah,
stylized.
what
Same
came
way,
from the
same
north?
way, same way the kingship of Russia actually
Oh,
comes
the
from the
Egypt
Byzantine
guy
Empire.
here,
So
he could tell us, right?
they call their king czars and all that shit.
That original Egypt guy, he could tell us, right? What came from the north?
Are you asking Dr. Banu?
I'm asking anybody who can answer the question.
What came from the north?
When you
Okay,
talk
let, let, let-
about
okay,
kingship, when you talk
put it this
about
way.
kingship,
Okay,
again,
let's put it this way.
hold on. I'm gonna restate my question once again. When you talk about kingship and you talk about Egypt, what comes from the north when you talk about kingship?
People in Lower Egypt.
All right, Chef. Have a good night. Thank you for letting me on your show.
Awesome, my man.
Now that you know they didn't come from Nubia.
All right, Dr. Bano, what you want to add? We about to end this jump. Unmute yourself.
And I would say the kingship and the king regalia is just a style that became popular amongst different people groups. You know what I'm saying?
You're muted, Dr. Banu. You're muted.
Like the clannish, like the clannish ideas of the kingship comes from the Afro-Asiatics, but the sacral kingship of making the king divine or some type of divinity or something that comes out of Nilo-Saharan culture. They're just
No,
a
it
trick.
doesn't. No, that would have been Nubian A culture, which is not a Nilo-Saharan culture.
Hold on, y'all. Hold on, Gullah, hold on, real quick. Hold on, Gullah, real quick, just real quick, y'all. Before you guys have this discussion, Dr. Banu was initially talking when he was mute. He was just explaining what he thought about this whole discussion, and then you guys can go to that topic. So I don't want to get distracted. Let him finish his point.
I'm gonna say real
Address that after he finished his point when he was talking while he was muted. Let him do that first, and then address y'all issue you're having. Go ahead, Dr. Banu.
Yeah, Mr. Gullah, you do realize there was a Nubian A culture.
The Kushitic people, yes.
No, they were not Kushitic. No. What?
They are. The A group people were Kushitic people.
Well, they were not sub-Saharan black people.
No, Kushitic people are not. Kushitic people are not sub-Saharan African black people.
Yeah, but you're trying to claim. You're still claiming that the ancient Egyptians was black.
No, I'm not.
I heard that.
Gullah don't claim the ancient Egyptians is black.
At all, bro. You know better than that. You've been on my channel.
Okay, my bad.
I don't even claim myself to be black.
Okay, so it's a misunderstanding there. It's a misunderstanding.
Concept again. Okay.
Okay, it's just a misunderstanding now. But go ahead about the whole discussion overall. What do you think?
Yeah. Go ahead.
No, I'm
Dr. Banu, we want your opinion about the discussion today. Go ahead.
Excellent discussion. Yeah. You made great points. First of all, the current Nubians don't consider themselves Egyptians. Copts don't consider Nubians Egyptians. Egyptian Muslims don't consider Nubians Egyptians ethnically. They could be nationally Egyptian. They get, they're born in Egypt, so they have all the rights and privileges of an Egyptian, but ethnically they are not Egyptian. Their culture is different from the Egyptian culture. And they're proud of their culture. That's why they have their own language and their own areas that they live, sort of like a Nubia town in Upper Egypt.
And where you from, real quick? I'm unfamiliar with you. Where you from? What's your background?
I'm Coptic. I was born in Alexandria, Egypt, Muharram Bey.
Okay, that's what's up.
And I'm old. I just turned 60.
Yo
That's
said that's
what's up,
old.
man.
That ain't old. See, hey
For me,
Cube, we the only channel out here that got real Egyptian on this motherfucker. You see that?
Yeah,
Oh,
that's what's up though. That's why I appreciate that, man. I really
go
do
Heat.
appreciate that.
How the Heat doing?
Hold on, what you know about the Miami Heat, man?
I'm a Lakers fan, but it's all right.
How you know I
Hey,
rock
doc,
with the Miami Heat though?
hey,
Your,
Dr.
your
Banu.
avatar.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
got
Oh,
him.
okay.
Hey, Dr.
Yeah,
Banu,
your avatar, right?
do you agree that the C group people are descendants of the A group people?
No, I don't. C group
That's what
are
that,
a different
that's what
different
that's
ethnic.
well, that's what the current consensus that they just a later derived A group people.
They're
The C group,
different. Their morphology is
right?
different. Their phenotypes are different.
No, not really. I mean, they're not really. They the same Afro-Asiatic Beja type looking people.
We
Like
can
they
no, we can. There are
some of
studies
them
that
mix
show
some of
that
them
they
mix in common groups, some of them
morphologically
mix
different.
with Egyptians after that.
But
And
in
even right
general,
here,
Gullah, you and Dr. Banu do agree with each other in general.
Yeah,
oh
yeah.
yeah, in general,
No,
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
Gula's good. I get on his nerves like I do with most people, but it's okay.
Hey, I got a question for you, Dr. Banu.
Of course.
And this is just coming from a person who is ignorant to a lot when it comes to this conversation, because this isn't my conversation. I'm just a
Yeah.
person who's coming in and, just talking about it.
Mm.
Um, when we look at a lot of the Egyptians and how they drew themselves, why do they
Mm.
look so different than you?
Really? I got my favorite
No,
family.
they look just like him.
No, no,
Let's
no, no,
see.
no, 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 no. Hold on. To be fair, there are a lot
Okay.
of.
Who's that?
Hold on. Just real quick. I want to say this, just real quick. There
I'll
are
tell you the
tons.
first.
Hold on, really quick.
I look like him.
Hold on. I don't think you do, but
Okay.
there's tons of drawings that do look like you. Nice try. There's tons of drawings that do look like you, and I would never take that from you. But there's also drawings that don't look like yourself. What do you say to if a person asks that question?
Well, I would say we come in a palette of colors, but our hot shot. Stop. I need to go on here. Hold on.
They vary in colors. They're not one color.
Yes, we vary. In
Yeah,
fact, in my
I'm
family,
alluding to that.
yeah. Let me tell you. In my family, my direct family, my sister is, I'd say, maybe 5 shades lighter than I am. And my
Right.
aunt on my dad's side had green eyes and blonde hair.
Hey, Chef,
Nothing
I'm going to get out of here. Let me let y'all know I'm about to get out of here.
Yeah.
So I just want to say, Chef, thank you for the stream, Chef. I appreciate the back and forth.
Yes, thank you.
You didn't, Chef friend, you didn't say anything wrong today. You were right about a lot of things, and we had a good back and forth.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna get out of here. I appreciate you, Chef, for that. All right.
Peace, Chief.
Peace,
Chef,
brother
are you still
Chief
there?
X.
Chef friend didn't even hear me. That nigga.
Yeah, he lining up somebody right now.
But you heard my comment. We have variations within our own immediate family.
Right. And see, I would sound like a fool if I would try to say, when it comes to black people, we all supposed to look, like Martin Luther King, or we all supposed to look like one thing. So I'm not coming
Right.
from that point of ignorance.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, and I'm not doing that. But I'd be remiss if I say if I didn't say that there are, drawings of Egyptians that look more like black people than people
Well,
like yourself.
yeah.
Would you agree with
Okay.
that?
Well, the drawings aren't probably of Egyptians. We drew black people as, thick lips and the feathers in their hair, and they had I don't know. Anyway, there's different cultures that they were drawing. It wasn't just Egyptian.
Yeah, and see, that's what kind of like miffs me a bit is
Confusing. Yeah.
yeah, and if you want to say, that you guys have like this different, you come in these different shades, which I understand why. I'm a so-called black person,
Mhm.
ADOS, FBA,
Mhm.
and I know why we come in different shades, but my
Mhm.
question is, why is it that you guys would come into different shades? Because I can pull up images to where, Egyptians, when they pictured themselves they were
Mhm.
more dark skinned than you. Like so
No, I think
I'm
just for clarification, they used red ochre. It's a
Right.
reddish color. They used because it wasn't that many colors available. So mainly they use red ochre to represent themselves. But you'll see a lot of the women yellow or white. But people ignore that point. A lot of the women would be
Yeah.
yellow and white. People ignore that part. I'm just
And,
red ochre is not cannot
right.
distinguish
Yeah.
skin type because they vary.
No, no.
So
Yeah,
when we look at
And then they
red
would,
ochre and just automatically say, oh,
right,
because it's melanated, that means we can't do that.
And the
right,
men and the men tend to be darker anyway because they're out there working and doing,
exactly.
outside
Yes.
and shit.
No, that's a fair answer. Listen,
Yeah. Did
like
you,
I
can I
told
ask?
you. Hold on, let me just
Yeah,
say,
yeah.
like I said, I'm ignorant when it comes to this
No,
conversation
you're
because
good.
this isn't my conversation.
Right.
So I'm ignorant when it comes to a lot of this. I'm only asking questions.
Mm,
And you being an Egyptian,
right.
I think it's fair that I can ask you these questions to
Right.
satiate my ignorance. So that's why I asked you that. It's not that I'm trying to be combative or anything, because
No, you are.
me
No.
personally, I don't think that the Egyptians were black. When I listen to a lot of my brothers like Chief X and Chef and a lot of things that they've brought, I don't think the
Right.
Egyptians were black. So that's where I
Oh,
stand on that.
all right.
But
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
only asking questions
Yeah.
to why y'all look, when why is the palette so vary, like why does the palette vary the way that it does? And I don't think I've gotten
Gullah,
um
Gullah might be able to answer that for you. He's
but
good at.
ain't
I
you
can
the
connect.
Egyptian though?
No,
I'm sorry. No, no.
he's not a multi-genius. He's letting Gullah answer
I'm
that.
just letting you know my personal, experience. And just a quick question. Egyptians preferred lighter skin since 2500 BC, right?
No, listen, man. We
Did you
live
know? No, no.
in
I'm just saying. Do you know that?
no. I would tend to believe you if we
Yeah.
look at people, black people today,
Yeah.
and just people in general today. So I would tend to believe that.
And 2500 BC, we invented sunscreens so we wouldn't get any darker.
Nah, but sunscreen doesn't stop
Sunscreen
you.
as well as skin bleach, lupine-based skin
But
bleach.
sunscreen doesn't stop you from getting darker. It
It
stops
prevents you.
you.
Well, if you're in the shade and then you go out, yeah, it can prevent you from getting darker.
Unfortunately,
I'm
my
a
brother, that's
pharmacist,
not
so of
what.
course it will help. Yeah, in fact, I wear sunscreens daily because in our culture, I remember being out in the sun all the time, and my mom would yell at me, "Why are you out in the sun? You just got darker. You got dark. Don't you know that means it's bad?" So okay. But anyway, no, we preferred
Okay.
lighter skin for that's just the way we are. Always
Yeah,
been.
yeah, I can understand that. That makes
Yeah.
sense. That
The
Egyptians
cosmetic
would
thing.
have. No, no, that makes sense that Egyptians would have self-hate. This is something that's been
Yeah,
going
self-hate.
on since.
Exactly.
No, yeah,
Yes.
I would agree with you because this is something that African
Yes.
Americans also have to deal with, and not only African Americans, but just dark-skinned people in general. Whether you look at
Hmm.
East Indians, like they have this same issue over there with those indigenous
Yeah,
people.
and
So,
Mexicans too.
well, yeah, I would agree with that too.
Right.
Because if you
Chef,
look
you
at
still away, Chef? Go ahead, Q.
yeah, but yeah, if you look at a lot of the East Indian people in a lot of their movies, they don't promote like the dark skinned East Indians. They
Yeah.
really
The
promote
cast.
like the lighter skin, right? They have a caste system, which we
Yes.
understand.
Same here.
So yeah, so I would that's why I'm not just throwing
Mm.
away what you're saying. I'm
Yeah.
also asking questions to figure
Right.
out.
Right.
That's it.
We've always had a caste system in Egypt.
Hey,
Mm.
Q. I got a question for you, and I got a
Yes,
question for Q and Gullah.
yes, sir.
So sometimes I'll say Reggie will sit back and say, uh, they asked, does he want to talk to Shakir? Can Shakir come on the panel? Brother Reggie said, no, I want to talk to Shakir. He's a racist. So Reggie has called everyone racist. But here's the thing. Reggie is racist. Let's be real. Sonetter is racist. Sonetter will admit, sometimes Sonetter today will say the white man is a devil. Like, what is it? Sometimes you have racist people calling other people racist, and that's just confusing to me. So how can you be against one racist and not against another racist? It's crazy to me. So if you don't want to
Well,
talk to a racist, that means sometimes you shouldn't want to talk to your own friend. Well,
well, see,
because
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
see, I'll be honest with you.
Yeah,
I don't
you
think
see what
Reggie's
I'm
that's a
saying,
straight
Gullah?
fair.
racist. He's straight racist. Yeah, Reggie's straight racist.
So Reggie's racist is my point is I don't want to be clear. Reggie is a racist himself, but get mad at other races. This is crazy to me.
Let me say this. While I understand what you're saying, I don't see a problem if the racism is warranted. And let me explain, because Martin Luther King had a reason to be racist, but he just wasn't. If we ask about anybody, when we look at the annals of history, Martin Luther King is one person, as well as Malcolm X and a lot of the brothers, Medgar Evers, so forth and so on. They actually had a reason to be racist, to not want to deal with this other group of people because of the amount of hurt and the amount of hate that this other group harbored. So when you look at it from that point of view, I can understand what you mean. In today's terms, there's really no point in being racist because there's ways to get around it. But if we look back in those times, then yeah, like there was a reason to be racist
Well,
during those times.
I wouldn't say Martin Luther King is racist. I would say Martin Luther King is anti-racist. He
No, no,
wanted to
I
get
never said
along.
he was. No, no, I never
Oh,
said he was. I said he had a reason. Not that he
okay.
was. I just said he had a reason. Not that he was, because I don't think that he was.
Okay.
Me personally, I don't think he was. But all I said was I think he had a reason to be racist, but he never was. Malcolm X, I think he was a racist for a specific point in time.
Right.
He was racist, but after that, he no longer was.
So I'm MCR asked a question. So you're okay with Dr. Banu's racism? Dr. Banu is not racist, in my opinion. Dr. Banu told you he's not racist, but everybody doesn't pay attention to everything. Dr. Banu is strictly saying he's pro his people. He's pro his thing, just like us. Black people, we do this. We're the fastest. We're the best in sports. He's just with his people like that. So, I mean, that's okay with me. But Dr. Banu clearly said he loves all people. He's just
I do.
pro-Egyptian.
So
Very.
why should we believe him though? Just
No, I'm just
off
saying,
the
why
You don't
should
have
we
to
believe
believe me. I don't
anyone
care.
though? I mean, we can't just focus on him. He's telling you. We can't argue with you. He's just telling you he loves all people. Dr. Banu, do you love people?
Of course, I love people. I worked in the public sector and as a pharmacist for
A
many years.
KKK person wouldn't say I love black people.
No, I
It's a
think a KK.
difference.
No, I disagree because if you really looked into the FBI stats to
You
where
think KKK people say they love black folk?
No,
yes, I
they
think
don't.
no,
Oh,
hold
come
on,
on, McHugh.
hold on. I want to be fair because listen, when we look at the rise of these white supremacists, they will say what they need to say in order to stay in the positions that they're in today. I'm just being fair about it. Now, these people would say like, "Yo, no, I'm not a racist. I got a black friend or whatever the case may be," and we understand that.
You.
But
So
I
these
said
are you
people,
mad?
ancient Egyptians hated black people. That's what I meant if it didn't come across right last time.
hold on, say that one more time. I missed it.
Some indigenous black man said that I said Egyptians hate blacks. Yeah, what I was referring to were ancient Egyptians hated blacks. They named them a pejorative term, Hissi Nahesa, which means the vile black races.
Yeah, I think that is also true.
No, Nahesi just mean the Southerners, bro.
No,
Of course.
Nahesu means
Yeah.
it's a Coptic. It means worthless black race.
Chef, are you
Technically.
back?
Oh, yeah, probably during the Coptic period. The shit was really racist.
No, that's also it's from ancient Egypt. We're one continuous.
But to be fair, if we're gonna be 100% honest and have this conversation,
I got to
what
disagree with that. I got the Oxford Encyclopedia of Egyptology, and it don't say anything like that about it.
Is
what
Chevron back? I'm trying to figure something out. Chevron, are you there?
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
Chevron,
he's back.
I wanted you to come back. I just want to say I'm getting out of here. I appreciate the show. I know you're getting ready to shut down. You're probably gonna continue because some people came on here, but they're gonna keep you on here for another hour. But I just want to tell you thanks for the show. I'm out of here because I got other shit to do. I don't know if you're streaming again later on.
Yeah, I'm
Peace
gonna do
out, Chef.
a Martin Luther King show. All right.
Okay, so I appreciate you having me on the stream, bro. I'm out.
All right.
Hey, Chef.
peace
Hey,
out,
Chef.
Chef. Chief,
Hey,
my bad.
Chef,
All
I'm
right,
gonna
peace out.
go too. I got something to eat, and it's
All
getting
right.
cold.
Enjoy
So.
your dinner, Dr. Bano.
All right, man. Take care.
All right,
Appreciate
Hey,
you.
Chef. Hey, Chef. This is what I'm gonna show real quick before we go. I got this article about Lower Nubia, right? No, that's just northern part of Nubia. And Dr. Moore was talking all that shit about the A group and what probably wasn't Cushitic people. They probably was most likely Cushitic people, yo. 'Cause look, linguistic evidence indicate that Cushitic languages, Cushitic language is an Afro-Asiatic language family, not to be confused with the Kushites. None of these. It's just these some Red Sea niggas that's related to Egyptians that probably put you in the mind of Somalians, Eritreans, and them type of people. You know what I'm saying? Cousin, slightly darker cousins to these shit. You know what I'm saying? They still got mixed. They mixed too, but they don't probably got as much Eurasian as the Egyptians does. And it say linguistic evidence indicates that Cushitic languages were spoken in Lower Nubia, in the ancient region which straddles present-day southern Egypt and part of northern Sudan. And the Nilo-Saharan languages were spoken in Upper Nubia in the south by peoples of Kerma culture. In the northeastern Sudanic languages from Upper Nubia, later replacing the Cushitic languages of Lower Nubia when Kerma took over. And it say Julian Cooper states that in antiquity, Cushitic languages were spoken in Lower Nubia and northernmost part of modern day Sudan. Remember, that's where the A group at. He can't be talking about nobody else but the A group. And they say in antiquity, Afroasiatic languages in Sudan belong chiefly to the phylum known as Cushitic, spoken on eastern seaboard of Africa and from Sudan to Kenya, including the Ethiopian highlands. Julian Cooper, 2017, also stated that Eastern Sudanic speaking populations from southern and west Nubia gradually replaced the earlier Sudanic speaking populations of the region. And they say in Lower Nubia there was an Afroasiatic language, likely a branch of Cushitic. By the end of the first millennium, this region has been encroached upon and replaced by Eastern Sudan. We said that already. And I hear it say in the Handbook of Nubia by Clyde Ridley, 2019, states that Cushitic languages once dominated Lower Nubia, along with the ancient Egyptian language. Ridley, 2019, states two Afroasiatic languages were present in antiquity in Nubia, namely Egyptian and Cushitic. And it say 2019 again by Ridley, say mentioned historical records of a powerful Cushitic speaking race which controlled Lower Nubia and some cities in Upper Egypt. Really, 2019 states that the Blimis, or another Cushitic speaking tribe, are more likely subdivision of the Bija or Magi people, which is attested in the Parthian and Egyptian texts from the 6th century BC on. That's why I proved my point by Dr. Banu. I mean, even right here it say Upper Egypt and northern Lower Nubia was a present series cultures by Badorian, Amaterian, Gazerian, them all the Nakata people, and then look A group, B group, C group, them all Afroasiatic speakers. Some of them speak Cushitic. So I don't know what he's talking about the A group people. I mean, I go with the experts say. I don't, you know what I'm saying? I don't give a damn where you from Egypt. Being everybody, shit, these people from New York ain't been our state building. If you from Egypt, I don't give a damn what you talking about just because you from Egypt.
So Q.
Hold on, G. Hold on, G. Gina A, you're in the welcome to the show. How you doing? Can you open your mic?
Can you hear me?
Yep, we can hear you. You sound like a little kid.
Oh, sorry, because I got an earbud in.
Okay,
I just want to respond to the doctor.
Okay, go.
No, Egyptians do not
Dr.
hate
Banu?
dark skin.
You talking about Dr. Banu?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is he a real doctor?
I don't know. I don't know him.
Oh, okay.
He is a real doctor. He did some work on my ankle last week.
I got to get my kids to bed. Let me just say this real quick.
Go ahead.
Egyptians don't, there is a lot of colorism. Don't get me wrong, right? And they will call a dark-skinned Egyptian Ab. Just like in any culture, many cultures have colorism, right?
Yes.
But they don't hate dark skin. There's even songs like to call someone Samra means like tan, which is nice and attractive, and it's a compliment. It's not a bad thing. They even have songs about, Samra girls, and it's not a bad thing. Okay, he's self-loathing.
Exactly.
Okay? I don't know what he's talking about.
He be tripping.
I'm Coptic too.
Oh, yeah, you Coptic too? Oh, we got two Egyptians on the panel.
I knew.
Welcome to the show.
Hey, sister, welcome to the show. I knew he'd be tripping. He was tripping on my show last Saturday. He be tripping. I don't know what he be tripping. No. I know Egyptians and Coptics personally, and they don't say the stuff that he be saying.
No, he said, to be fair, he said that the ancient Egyptians hated black people. That's what he was saying.
Then why did they refer to some of them as dark skinned? To some, why?
Yeah,
there's no evidence. There is no evidence anything in ancient Egypt that says the ancient Egyptians hated dark skin at all. They didn't give a shit if you were black or white or purple or green. Nobody gave a shit. They were just people.
Why you didn't press him on that?
Yeah, they used to like people that wasn't they just was prejudiced against people who wasn't Egyptian. It wasn't just even a black thing. If you was
Right.
Asiatic and you wasn't Egyptian, they didn't accept you. I mean, unless you was Egyptian. Now, I mean, it was Nubians, particularly Kerma and even secret people
Okay,
who
that's the other thing.
were
Sorry to
indoctrinated
cut you off
by you.
real quick.
Yeah.
Nubians are Egyptians. Nubians are a part of Egypt. Sudan was a part of Egypt until 1952. Okay? I don't know what the hell that's about. Okay? Maybe because of all the prejudice and racism and all the invasions, they started to push the darker people south. I don't know. I don't know. But they're very
Oh
mixed.
yeah.
My father's
Oh yeah.
dark, my mother's light. My husband is a little darker than me. I got a daughter that's light skinned and I got a daughter that's dark skinned. All Egyptian families are like that. They're just very mixed people. And the deeper you go into your DNA, I know DNA is not the only determinative of ethnicity, but if you go deep enough, I did my DNA, I got 96 or 97% Coptic, but I wanted to know what that Coptic was. And when I dug deeper, it's made up of everything, literally like everything. Okay.
It's a mix. Yep.
Right.
Yep.
They're very heavily mixed. But I will tell you, they did stop mixing after the Muslim invasion. The Coptics stopped mixing for whatever reason, right? You couldn't go with a Muslim and you couldn't use only Coptics with Coptics. And that's why they were able to maintain that ancient connection.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
So Nubia is a part of Egypt. And you know what? When this show started, I have family, coincidentally, I got family visiting from Egypt staying in my house. I turned to her and I said, "Hey, do you guys in Egypt consider Nubia as part of Egypt? Do you consider the Nubian?" And she's like, "Yeah, totally. That
Yeah.
there's someone straight from Egypt. She just got here a couple of days ago."
Hey, Gina,
I,
let me ask you a question. How you doing,
yeah.
man?
Hmm.
Are you a citizen to the America?
Yeah.
Okay, let me ask you a question. To
Okay.
stop the myth, right? When you get your citizenship, does it show? Does it ask? I mean, is it showing that you are Caucasian, or is it showing that you're black?
The United States government decides that.
Yeah. You don't even have
They do
you don't even
decide
have to.
that, right?
Hey, no, G Lacan, it's 2024, bro. You don't even
You
have
can
to.
put what you want.
Don't
You
even
can
got to
put
apply
whatever
to
you
that.
want, but
You can
they
put
designate us as white.
yeah, you can put don't apply, bro. Come on, that's
Yeah.
No,
2024.
I know. Hold on. The only reason I'm going is remember that Egyptian guy, black guy. He said he been trying to change.
That was in the
Uh,
70s, yo.
okay, so in
Yes,
the
because
70s, they in the 70s, that's what they were doing, right? They were making you white, right? But you say now, in the present day, 2023, 2024, you could pick
I
whatever, right?
Man, a
Basically, right?
man can say
I
he
don't
a
know.
woman
It
now. Like
depends.
you can do what you want now.
It depends on the
Yeah.
form you're filling out. Some
I
forms
can't
will
hear you. What
have
you saying,
Middle
man?
Eastern.
Hold on. What you
Some
saying?
forms will have, it depends on what form you're filling out. Some have other, and you could fill it in. Some have MENA, Middle Eastern, North Africa now. So it depends. But
Yeah, it's like this is
the
like
government
But I heard
technically
you.
classifies us.
Hold on. I'm asking a
Let me
question.
finish
Hold
because
on.
I
I'm
gotta go.
asking the
'Cause
question to her. So, but
let me finish.
I heard you saying that you. What were you saying about the U.S. decide on that? What you meant by that?
The U.S. Census. The U.S. Census
yeah,
But
is
they don't
just
pick for
now
you, right?
working.
They don't pick
Yeah,
for
they
you.
tell
Pick
you
it.
if you're North African, they tell you if you're North African, you're considered white
Thank you. That's what
All
I'm
right. Hey,
saying.
hey
by the
Mio,
U.S. government, though. But do
exactly,
we get
bro.
treated like that? No,
Bro, that
you got to
bro,
check
bro,
off that you're white, but you don't get treated. You don't get those same
I know you
privileges.
don't get that treat. I
Okay,
understand that.
you don't get that same
I just
treatment.
want to get it clarified. That's all.
it's like a,
Appreciate it.
this
I'm
is like a,
sorry,
Appreciate
I
it.
gotta go. I gotta
this is
go.
like
Thank you,
If
man.
my
Thank
husband,
appreciate
you.
you
if
for
my husband
stopping
hears me
on.
say Egypt one more time, he's gonna lose it.
yeah, pizza. I'm glad you came
Thank you.
on it.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.
I
All
appreciate
right.
it.
Bye bye.
Hey Mio, you can come off of
This,
mute.
this is like a Puerto Rican or something, bro. Like it can go either way, bro. Like
Hey,
Okay. I don't know. Thank you for
Gullah,
educating me on it. I don't know that. Thank you.
you just stole my
Mio one, you could take your hand
What you
down
say,
and come
Peter?
off mute.
Now I was finna say, what's the name just stole my whole thunder. I
Oh,
came up
what's
there
up?
thought but I had some fire and then Gullah just took my whole shit. Like,
Yep, yep.
'cause I was finna say that conceptually, um that's how I conceptualize the cops. You know, I conceptualize them in the same way as a modern day Hispanic. So in the same way that a modern Hispanic is not a Taino, right?
Right.
But they have,
So much
or they're the
mixture.
population that has the most Taino genetics, or Taino blood, or whatever you want to call it. But they're highly amalgamated. You know, they're typically a triracial group, just like the cops. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
Yeah.
they're a new people, and I love that Gina kind of cleared up the whole the narrative that what's name always pushes, the buddy
Chief
with the
X?
comb, but not buddy with the comb over. Insofar as the cops being endogamous, you know, the Louisiana Creoles are endogamous, but they're a fixed multiracial group. And she set the time for when they became endogamous. But by that point, they were already highly amalgamated. You get what I'm
Amalgamated.
saying?
Right.
Yeah,
Right. So,
even the Arab, even the ones that speak Arabic that they converted to Islam. Like Arabic, Egyptian Arabic is different than other Arabic languages, and the reason it is because it still got a little bit of that indigenous shit in the
mm-hmm.
sub. You know, it still got Coptic and shit in there to make it unique. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Hey,
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 Chef.
hey, hold on,
Yo,
G Lacan. Mayor one. You come off me. You can go ahead, bro.
Yo, what's up? What's up, Steph?
What's
You can hear
going
me?
on with you? Yep.
Ain't nothing, man. I just wanted to I wanted to congratulate you on your channel. I'm happy you doing your own thing. You know what I'm saying? It
Appreciate
it,
that.
it, it, look, it looks good. You really you and Corey really be making me laugh, even though Corey annoys me from time to time. But I really like your channel.
Appreciate it.
I'm not even about to like to like try to I'm not trying to battle no knowledge or none of that. I myself, I'm East African. I was born in Burundi. I still speak Swahili. My whole family is East African. Not just East African, but it's a mixture of East and West Africa in my family, right? And the last time I was in Ethiopia, I bumped into an Egyptian brother who was actually he was my skin complexion. He's just dark. He was darker. And he had a phenotype of what we would consider, I guess, like sub-Saharan, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, and we had a conversation about just about Egypt, ancient Egypt, um, population, so forth and so on. And he has shared the same sentiment of his people have been his skin color, and his skin ranging from his skin color to lighter since ancient times, right? And he pointed out to me that that newer, more like Arabic influence, more like the Arabic influence population of Egypt kind of like casts them out or like shuns them out. And he always told me, I mean, he told me to be weary of like Arabic Egyptians per se, and their claim to Egyptian ancestry. And it's just been really interesting listening to the diatribe the last couple of months between you guys, Smash, Reggie, you know what I'm saying? And it's really interesting to me because African Americans tend to place more like I guess like sentiment to were the Egyptians black or not. In Africa, I'm not gonna say that all of Africa operates on a racial on like racial lines, because we really don't, but we do recognize each other's like physical appearances. And in Swahili, um to say someone is when you say someone is Mweusi, that means that they black. Muzungu is somebody that's white or whatever. And Metis is someone that's mixed. So so just off rip, people will use those color distinctions just to describe someone's physical appearance. It doesn't even have to do with race. But
No, but that's literally what race is.
yeah, yeah. I mean, well, I mean, like, how can I say it? Like in like someone saying that ukomweusi, right? They're not necessarily saying like oh you that defines
Who
your
you are,
yeah,
necessarily your
like
character and stuff
yeah,
like that.
and like race itself, the concept of race itself, it we could say is fairly new, but you can't limit physical description to racial and political standards. Like in the ancient world, people described each other of all sorts of colors, but they weren't using it on racial lines. I um I don't know where the strict rule of, if you're talking about ancient people, you can't use a color. I don't know where that came from, but it just sounds like a whole lot of respectability politics to me.
Yeah, hey, let me add on to that.
It's
Go ahead,
really
I apologize.
small.
I'll let you
I'm
finish.
gonna
Go
be
ahead and
real
finish.
quick, bro. I'm gonna be real quick
Yep.
and shoot right off. Um,
Yep.
um, like my major concern, honestly, was, yo, Chef, you got a great show going, and the Banoob guy, I'm not even gonna call him a doctor because I've just never heard doctors comport themselves in such a manner. Like for him to be not only blatantly racist, but also like he throws out these little racist dog whistles. Um, I find that to be very troubling. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah,
Because like,
he be saying trigger and shit. He triggered me on my show last time.
oh,
Talking
that's
about some,
crazy. And
yeah, talking about some
Gullah,
Egyptians, tribal. I'm like, bro, how you human and you not tribal? Even if you say a
he,
Right,
nation,
yeah, all
right.
of
a
the
nationality is a step above a tribe. That's still a little bit of
his
tribalism. You saying it's
all
a
of his
different
absolute statements, all of his absolute statements let you see that this guy has a agenda that is contrary to what we're trying, yeah, I'm gonna say what we're trying to do. And I know Gullah to be a fairly respectable guy, fairly chill guy. You know what I'm saying? Every time I hear him I've never heard Gullah be like, yo, you wild. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've never heard him like have to check somebody like that. You know what I'm saying? Especially somebody
Hmm.
from outside of the community. So all of
Gullah be checking people.
yeah, nah, I'm saying
If you stepping on the line, Gullah
I
gonna
do
Gullah gonna
Gullah,
check
I
your
do
ass.
catch Gullah's turn up, you feel me? But all of us turn up
Him and Gozy.
yeah, all of us turn up
Hey,
when
hey,
we feel
Chef.
when we feel like we got to defend ourselves. But all I'm trying to say is, Chef, if you could mitigate all that racist kind of language, that would really help the show be more productive. That Banoob guy, I don't know where the hell he's from, but he
But
has
that's
a
his truth though.
He from South Carolina, bro.
All right,
he's
so
from South
whatever.
Carolina.
Yeah, he
Nah,
from South
he's joking.
Carolina.
He's not.
He
I
looked
thought he was
Mexican.
Egyptian.
I was saying that he's
He
Nah,
wasn't
Hawas's little
Egyptian.
brother.
he from Charleston.
Hold
man,
on,
he
but
could
Nah,
isn't his?
he
Didn't he
could be
say his
mulatto.
bloodline from Egypt?
he
He could
said
be
he
he could
said
be
he
mulatto.
Coptic, but he's Hawas's little brother, and he keep trying to front like he's not Arabic, but all of the
Nah,
all of the all of the
Nah,
racist
look,
dog.
more one. Look at
I don't even believe
look at
I
his
don't even
username.
believe Coptic.
His
look at his
username
what?
say his username in the chat. It say Dr. Banoob, and then it say USC
What's his
alum.
username, Peter?
Huh?
What's his
What
username?
your username like in the chat? So like my username in the chat is Haskell45. And like yours would be this more one I'm talking to, right?
Yeah,
Right. So yours would be more one. That's a username.
yeah.
So his in the chat in full is Dr. Banoob, USC alum, 8690. And initially I thought he was talking about Southern California. But he told me in the chat that it's actually South Carolina. So apparently he graduated from the University of South Carolina, I guess in 86 or 90 or something. So if that's the case, he been in the States a real long time. So
He been indoctrinated
that
by
boy,
some. He been
huh?
a little he been a little documented about some shit. You know what I'm saying?
He said
Yeah.
Southern California. He in the chat now.
Hey,
He
to
done
add
he
on
changed it
to
to Southern California. Well, okay, he from California then. He no longer from what's the name?
Egypt.
Yeah, he no longer from Egypt. He from
That's
Cali
probably
now.
He
that's
said
probably
that the
why he
Coptics,
that's probably why he follow Chief X so close, because they from the same.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
bro,
That's probably the
But
homie.
he said the Coptics made the pyramids, and all the Nubians did was build dung huts. If that's not racist, I
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
know
he
what
fucked up. Yeah, he
is, bro.
fucked up.
Hey, can I ask a question though, y'all?
Because the Egyptians had
Can
humble
anybody show me a comb over on the wall relief?
Y'all crazy.
Hell no, but we can
a
show you
comb over.
after.
What you mean a comb over?
You must ain't seen Buddy on the camera.
He got the
What's the
emo slick. He got the emo slick to the side,
Yeah,
like
he got the little slick to the
Yeah,
side.
but
So
I seen. Hold on, I seen Egyptian on the wall with that comb over though.
He got to go
with
get
a
I
one of
slick,
did
them.
see it.
with a slick back, with a slick to the side.
He got to
Man,
get
I
one of them.
seen. I seen one. Yeah, man, I seen him.
Now
I'm
you
not
got
gonna
the
deny him. I'm not gonna deny him of being Egyptian.
Nah,
You know what I'm
look, but
saying?
check it out though. No, listen, I'm really trying to be funny,
he's
right?
not Egyptian. He's not.
Hold on,
I
listen,
ain't,
listen,
no,
None of
I
that.
ain't denying
He's a
it. I
fraud.
ain't denying it.
listen,
He is
listen,
Egyptian.
listen.
Little
Listen, y'all, listen. Hold on. Look, I'm really trying to be funny, but as soon as I looked in dude's face, I did see Menkaraw's face in his face. I'm not gonna lie, but
Yeah, he look Egyptian.
he looked like Menkaraw
Nah,
to me.
I
But
saw
he
Zahi Hawaii in his face. I'm telling you,
nah. He don't
he's
look like
Nah,
Zahi.
Hawaii's
that
brother.
bro
Zahi
Egyptian, homie.
Hawass got that Zahi Hawass got that Arab nose,
Yeah,
that beat. But
yeah, he
Noob,
different looking at it. Yeah.
but Noob, you could see the Negro strain in him. I know he hate to hear that, but I could see it in him.
Mm-hmm.
You know
Yep.
what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Y'all niggas
But
see what y'all want to see.
Right.
but
Listen,
No,
no, I'm
Yeah.
telling you,
listen.
Chef,
Nah, what you
Nah,
mean?
y'all
He look
should
Negro.
smoke him. Y'all
Oh
should
my
keep roasting
God.
him.
This-
He's
Chef,
he
clown.
probably hey, yo, he
Y'all,
probably
y'all
got
muddy. Y'all muddy in the show. Look, I'm about to
Chef,
end this.
look.
Listen,
Yo,
Peter.
thank you, Chef.
Peter,
Yo, have a good show, man.
all right. I'm
Happy
about to
Martin
end
Luther
this,
King Day,
but I'm
everybody.
starting up a new stream on Dr. Martin Luther King. So y'all get y'all last words out on this.
Yeah, my last word is this though. The Somali. I also spent some time in Columbus, Ohio. Right, so a lot of
Hold on, G.
Somalians.
Lacan, did you see me and Chief X debate? The show was about
That's
our
why
debate.
I want to ask you. I wanted to ask you because I came late. Right? Is he saying that the Nubians
Are not North African.
So they're sub-Saharan, right?
I don't know what he's saying. He's
Yeah,
saying
they're
they're not
below the
North
Sahara,
African.
but that shit jump all over the place, bro. Don't listen to them, man.
Nah.
They
But
schizophrenic. They schizophrenic with that shit, bro.
but
That
but
shit all over the place, bro.
but according to the consensus, hold on. According to consensus, that's still North Africa. Same with
Right.
Congo. I mean, same with South Sudan, because it's two
So
types.
hold on,
Sudan.
bro. So
What's
is the
wrong?
other countries on the same parallel as North Sudan? Are those also North
and
African countries?
yeah, the one
I
on
wasn't. Y'all fucking it up.
in West Africa too. You
No, I'm
talking
asking a
about
question, Chief.
Mauritania?
I'm asking a question about geography. I'm
Our
asking a
debate.
question about geography.
Our debate was not about the Sudan. It was about whether Nubians were North African.
So doesn't Nubia correspond to? But wait a minute.
Yeah.
Doesn't Nubia correspond to modern day southern Egypt and a portion of the North Sudan?
Yes.
So what is you talking about, bro?
That's North Africa.
Come on, man. Y'all be
He's
talking
retarded.
to a nigga like he's
But
dumb
anyway,
or something, man.
No, bro. Listen. If Chief X
Come on,
claim,
man.
hold on,
playing,
Peter.
bro.
Listen.
You playing, dog.
If Chief X claim was that there's no black North Africans that his claim was there's no indigenous black North Africans. That was his claim.
No.
I ain't talking about.
Right.
I'm not talking about no political borders that exist now. It's just whether the Nubians are considered indigenous North Africans. Every source that I pulled up said that the Nubians was indigenous North African.
Okay, but listen what I'm saying, Chef.
Exactly.
The consensus say that Europe is a continent too, but by the same definition of those same geographers, it doesn't fit the definition of a continent. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes, I do.
So just
So what's
because
that got to
of
do with the Nubian in
so
Egypt?
man, bro, I'm talking, bro. Damn. So just because a bunch of people agree on some bullshit, that don't mean
Oh, you
nothing,
crazy.
bro.
So,
Bro, chill out, man.
Mr.
I ain't
Peter,
call you crazy or
I hear
nothing
what you're
like that,
saying,
bro.
No, Mr. Peter, hold
Like
on.
I said, if North Sudan, because we've agreed that a portion of Nubia was in
Right.
modern day North Sudan, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So if
Right.
if we're making the argument that North Sudan is in fact North Africa,
Mm-hmm.
because a bunch of degreed and highfalutin people say so, then everything on the same parallel as North Sudan necessarily has to be North African also.
I agree.
If
So what are we arguing about?
if we're
I'm
being
not arguing.
logically consistent. But I guarantee you, Chef don't agree with that.
Why don't
He
I
agree with
hold
that?
on? Why would I
What's wrong with
disagree
you,
with geography? I said if you split the continent up into thirds, right? Then motherfucking Sudan would be in North Africa. I
But
said
wait
that
a
last
minute.
night.
Hold on. So wait a minute. So they're sub-Saharan and in North Africa at the same time?
No, the Nubians are not sub-Saharan African.
No, I'm saying
no. What he's
I'm
saying
literally
is
talking
there's go ahead. Go on, Pete.
Geographically, a good portion of North Sudan is literally beneath the
It's
Sahara.
not beneath the Sahara. It's in
Hold
the
on,
Sahara.
let me pull a map up right quick.
Jesus Christ.
Maybe I'm gooking, bro. I might be gooking, bro.
Smash. I said smash. Chef, so you saying country like Niger is not North African?
It's
North
in
Africa?
is
And we
half
using
of it is in the
consensus. And
Sudan.
Huh?
The Sudan.
Niger, country Niger.
Listen.
That's North Africa, right?
Listen, the Sahara Desert.
I'm listening.
There's countries that their borders are in the Sahara Desert. Just the countries that's below the Sahara is sub-Saharan. But countries that exist in the Sahara, like Libya. Like Libya, a lot of Libya, the southern part of Libya is in the Sahara Desert. A lot of Chad is in the Sahara Desert, right? A lot of Algeria.
Which is North Africa, right?
Which is North Africa, and it will be, Sahelian. North and Sahelian.
I know, but Smash, Chef. What I'm saying, hold on, let me speak. Let me get this out. North Chad, and North Niger, North Mali, North Mauritania
is in the Sahara Desert.
No, it's not. It's not in it. It's below North.
It's in the Sahara.
Listen, hold on. Let me finish.
I'm gone, y'all. Y'all niggas.
No, listen,
hold on.
Chef, just help him out, bro. I got the map up. Just help him, bro.
Hold on. But Chef,
he need to look at a map.
The southern part, I am, but listen, the southern part of Sudan.
Nah, you can't be, bro.
What you call sub-Saharan, right?
No, you can't be looking at a map. What's your name, brother?
G.
What's your name, big bro?
I'm not looking at. I'm looking at the map right here, bro.
No, because you said Niger is. You said something about Niger. The entire country. Niger is how I pronounce it. Niger. Well, you gonna make me say Niger? Make me say Niger.
Yes. Can you say Niger, sir?
No, Niger.
All right, so that's in. That is
the
near.
Entire country is in the entire country is the Sahara, bro.
No, sir.
The entire country.
You mistaken. You're
bro. I'm looking dead at the map, bro.
Hold on.
Put something up. Put something on it. Put something on it. Put something on it.
I can send it to you, homie. It's not that hard.
That's better dub. That's better dub.
You making this thing.
That's better dub. That's better dub. Stop all that rapping. Better dub, bro.
My map showing your. Let me show you my map before you talking about better than a dub. So you gonna huh?
Put a dub up.
What are y'all arguing? First off,
what are we arguing about?
He's saying Niger is not in the Sahara. I'm telling him
maybe Niger, but not Niger. Niger, the northern part of Niger, and the northern part of Chad.
Bro. This man here crazy, bro. All right, Niger, bro. The entire country of Niger is in the Sahara.
Are you gonna let me talk? Let me talk.
Go
Niger,
ahead, dog.
the northern part of Niger, the northern part of Chad line up with northern part of Sudan.
Sudan.
Below
Gotcha. I
that,
agree.
this if that, yeah, you agree, right? So when I'm
Right.
saying it, if they gonna count South Sudan as being North Africa, because I got consensus on that. Why wouldn't it call
Niger
the southern
and
part of
Mali.
Chad and the southern
Right.
part of Niger? Why wouldn't they call that also North? But they
Right.
only
I
call the
agree. That's the
northern
same
part of
point I was
Chad
making.
and the northern part of Niger, North Africa. But
That's the
why
same
they
point I
call the
was.
southern part of Sudan North Africa, but they won't call the southern part of Chad and the
We
southern
got
part of
you, bro. We
Niger.
got you. We got
Okay,
you.
you got me?
And
That's what I'm just saying.
and you're making the same argument you're making. So in other words, that consensus that they keep leaning on, it doesn't mean anything. It's just a bunch of
Thank
people
you. That's all I'm
agreeing.
saying. It doesn't
It's a,
mean a goddamn shit.
You
it's just
said
it's
That's all I'm
just a
saying.
you said
it's a
South
bunch of
Sudan
people.
is what?
No, he didn't
It's
say the South
considered North.
Sudan.
It's
Shut
He
up.
considered
did
North
say
Africa.
South
I
Sudan.
He
did say
messed
no.
up. He misspoke. He
No.
misspoke. He misspoke.
No, I
Oh
did
my
not.
God. Y'all just won't stop for a second.
Hey, how can I post this to you? How can I send this? Hold on. They say the name of the North African country, right? And I type up and they include South Sudan, right?
See, he said it
As
again.
being
No,
North
no,
Africa.
it doesn't. You're messing that up, brother. You're messing that up. South Sudan is
Okay.
entirely in tropical. South Sudan is entirely tropical, brother. It's not what I was. You know what? Can I shut?
I'm
Hey,
just saying.
Chef,
I'm
can
just
I
gonna.
share my
I'm
screen?
not arguing.
Hey, bro, chill out, my nigga. Chill out, dog. Chill out, bro. Can I share my screen, Chef?
Go ahead.
Let me help him out, man. The buddy ass gooking.
Buddy at Google, nigga.
You gooking, bro. You is. I'm about to show
Okay.
you.
We gooking. All right.
All right, bet. Y'all can see my screen?
Mm-hmm.
All right, big bro. Your name's G, right? Sir, are you there?
Go ahead, fam. Go ahead, fam.
All right. You see where it says Sudan at?
Let me see. Let me look at your map, folks.
Man said my
Okay.
map.
I say what? No, you don't got to add. I'm learning. What you talking about,
Okay, I'm
fam? Go
sorry.
ahead.
I'm sorry. My apologies, bro.
Yeah,
I'm
you
playing
being
around.
too much. Yeah, you adding too
I'm
much.
playing around.
Yeah,
I'm
go
playing
ahead.
around. I'm playing around. I'm playing around. My bad, bro. My bad, bro. Sometimes I'm too playful. My bad. So can you see my map?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So you see where it says
Yep, I see
Sudan,
your
there,
map.
right?
Yep.
Right. So where it says Sudan, that would be North Sudan, right? And then below that you see South Sudan, right?
I hear you.
So right. So virtually the entire country of North Sudan is literally in the Sahara. And literally the entire country of South Sudan is in tropical East Africa.
I'm not disputing anything you just say, but I'm just telling you, right? What I have here, they also include South Sudan. That's what I'm telling you as
Oh,
being North Africa.
India, is it UNESCO or what is it? When you say they include South Sudan, what are you referring to?
Like I'm talking about on the global map.
What? Man.
You're saying South Sudan is included in North Africa on the global map? That's what you're saying?
Yes, sir. That's what I'm saying.
You got to source
even
up
make
on
sense.
that. Yeah, you got to source up on that, brother. Yeah, because I've never heard that. Okay. They include North Sudan, which is virtually entirely in the Sahara. But your point about everything on that same parallel would have to necessarily be North Africa also. Me and you are 100% in unison on that because I'm making the same argument. You feel me?
Yeah. I hear what you're saying. I'm trying to
if
I know
you could,
Chef trying to close down the show and start a new thing. But if you don't, where am I?
Yeah, because I mean, if like UNESCO or the UN or something did consider South Sudan North Africa, and you could show that, then I'd be like, okay, because I do know they play political games like that, but that's the first I've ever heard about South Sudan being considered North Africa by anybody. It'll be new
Right.
information to me.
Yeah. Where that? Because I was showing that on Shad on Jonathan Owens Smash show, and I don't know where I put it at. But
Yeah, but it just goes to show you though, bro, me and you is on the same page as far as the whole Saharan thing being extremely arbitrary. You know what I'm saying? It's really just political gamesmanship. So we locked in as far as that.
by
All that other
far,
stuff,
I agree with
that's
you.
just me. That's just me trying
So
to
when
be
I
funny,
say,
bro. Don't
yeah,
pay
go
no
ahead.
mind to that. You hear me? All that other stuff I was talking, that's just me trying to be funny. Get my little comedy routine off. Don't take nothing. You know
Yeah,
what
I
I'm
hear
talking about? Don't, yeah.
All
But
right,
hey,
y'all.
Chef, man, great show,
Oh,
man.
by
And
far,
look,
Appreciate it.
I understand that.
Appreciate
hey,
it.
look, I
Yep.
want to nominate.
No joke.
I want to nominate Gina A.
You breaking up?
Y'all
No,
hear me?
you good.
Yeah, I want to officially nominate Gina A. to officially and permanently replace Dr. Banoob as our
Egyptian.
Coptic delegate.
Okay.
So yeah, Banoob, it's been nice knowing you, but your services are no longer needed. All right, y'all have a good night, man.
All right, y'all. Appreciate y'all. We running it back. We doing the Martin Luther King show.
And okay, yeah, and I will whenever you have the next show, Chef, I'll bring it up to you.
All right,
show you.
Appreciate it.
All right, fam. All
right, my man. All right, y'all. Y'all see what it was. Another glorious victory for the Carnivorous Podcast. We growing. Like the show, subscribe. Chief X took a L a day. What can I say? Who's up next? Who else want to do 30 minutes with the champ? Y'all pick y'all topic. Y'all come bring it to the champ. I knock that ass out. That's how we do it. We going live in about another 30 minutes, probably at 10 o'clock, man. Corey going to do Dr. Martin Luther King show, civil rights movement, and we going to pay homage to the great Dr. Martin Luther King. All right, y'all? Y'all know what it is. Y'all know what it is. Y'all know what it is.
The champ is here. 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 The champ is here.
Yeah, okay, and now that everybody's present, I'm back to bringing gifts.